Doing today? I started right when my allergies start kicking in. I'm gonna turn the camera this way while I, bless me, big sneeze. There we go. Better. I'm gonna give people a little bit of time to join in today. Let's see what's going on. Is there anything cute I can show y'all in the meantime? Get my hair out of my face. My hair's not cooperating today. It's hanging down in my head. I really don't like that. There's a little kitten right here somewhere. I'm trying to see where it went. Oh my goodness, there it is. Kitty, kitty, kitty. Oh my goodness, here's a little kitty, kitty, kitty. Oh, you little baby, you're so sweet. The sweet little baby is just a little baby. Right, little kitty cat? All right. Hello, my friends. How are y'all doing today? We'll come back and join the kitty cats later. Who do we got today? We got Chia, as always. We got Little Bit, as always. Give me a death stare, little bitty. Oh, let's go check on the animals. Let's see what the animals are up to. It's a hot day, so we got 3 little piggies. Oh yeah, like the old children's book story thing. This little piggy went to market. This little piggy, something like that. I haven't been a kid for probably 15 to 20 years, so I don't remember. I don't remember how it goes. Well, we got 3 little piggies right there, and then our 4th little piggy right over there. I want a kitten and cat since my cat Angel died on the 7th of a heart attack. I'm really sorry to hear that, Chrissy. My cake has congestive heart failure. Praise God that we got her into the vet in time and that the medicine she has been doing wonders for her and her health is a lot better. But I do know what it's like. She's older. She's 10 years old, and so she's going through an ordeal right now. But I'm proud of her for being strong and fighting. King Robbie right there. Got all the geese. This little piggy stayed home. Exactly. One of those Chinese geese right there. You'll see those little funny beaks they have, those little noses. Those are actually a different kind of goose than the main ones that we have. There's 2 of those. The other 10 to 12 or whatever it is are normal looking geese. Yeah, but those 2 that are funny, I think they're Canadian geese, all those normal ones. But that one's a Chinese goose. The Chinese geese is, I think, what their breed is called. Something like that. I'm going to go around to... Oh, there's little bitty. Hey, little bitty. Hey, kitty, 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 kitty. Who's the good kitty, kitty, kitty? Come here, little bitty. Oh, Chia's jealous. Chia's like, pet me first, Dad. Okay, I pet you first, Chia. Okay, little girl. Who's a good doggy, Chia? Let's go see what the other animals are up to right about now. All right. Hello, everybody. Hope y'all are having a very blessed Thursday. Today is Thursday, that's right. I'm new to your channel, watching from North Carolina. Hello, Cindy. Welcome to the channel. This is the Flip Flop Farmers channel. That would be me. I do all kinds of stuff. We have farm animals. We live at an animal sanctuary that my dad owned and founded with the help of Jamie. But they've since moved to a 2nd and 3rd location. And so they've entrusted me and Meg, my beautiful fiance, to take over the first location. The I'm a Survivor Sanctuary. And so we're really blessed and grateful for the opportunity. And we've kind of put our own little twist on things around here. We have I could go into that all day. I don't want to bore y'all, but that's basically, to sum it up, our life story, if you will, or that's kind of how we got started over here. For anybody that's new, may not have known that. Oh, living life, loving. No, you didn't really get on all regal with pep in their step. Got Ernie, the Packable. Oh, I love Cornholio, but I just can't help that he is so mean. That right there, we got Imogen coming over here. Let me close this gate. This sanctuary is named after her. That's Imogen, and it's called I'm a Survivor. Golly, look at that belly. Oh my goodness. Sanctuary. Hey, Imogen. You putting your ears back. You got a little... That would be Flower right there. She just walks like she's off. Y'all see that? She So these are our fainting goats, and they were bred back in the 1700s. It's really sad, something like that. They were actually bred because whenever they get scared or excited, they literally fall over and become temporarily paralyzed for like 5 or 10 seconds or so. And it's really sad. Farmers actually bred these goats so that if they had sheep or other animals that are more valuable, they put these fainting goats in the pack with them. And then if a coyote shows up and then everybody starts running and these guys fall over, coyotes will go after them and they'll leave the more valuable sheep or the more valuable animals alone. So they were bred to be caught. It's really, really sad. I promise it's not what we're doing here, obviously. We've done so many things to ensure their safety, considering they're at a little bit of a disadvantage. But no, they're a little bundle of joy, and I have to admit it's kind of funny when they faint and flop over. They have different levels too. Fainting goat breeders have like levels 1 through 4 of how intense and how often they faint or how easy they can faint. And so most of ours are like 1 or 2s probably. But this girl right here has got to be a level 3 or a level 4. This little flower, this little black goat right here, you can turn on a truck or start up a side-by-side or a tractor. You even go into a pasture she's been in before that kind of scares her. She'll just, her PTSD, and just fall over and faint. Poor baby. And she even walks like all stiff-legged, like she's constantly in a state of halfway about to faint. But it's what makes a unique baby girl. That's why I love you so much. One of the many reasons. It really does make little flower so unique. Right, sweet girl? Connor said she looks like an alien, too. Her face is a little bit different than the other goats. Y'all see it? Do they look like little aliens to you? Connor said she's a cute alien, but he did say that because he held her face like this and was like, this reminds me of an alien. Connor's my cousin, in case you didn't know. You sweet girl, I'm a Jean. Let's go see what Donkey Dan's up to. Hey, Donkey Dan. You're a good little donkey. Hey, Ellie and Meg, how are you doing today? I'm struggling. I could really use some prayers right now because I'm in the hospital again, and this time I can't walk. Amy, I'd definitely be praying for you. I'm really sorry to hear that. I've actually been going through quite an ordeal of back pain myself, and so I feel better today, but I re-aggravated it. I've had a torn disc in my back. It's one of like the lowest disc. It's been torn for over a year now, and I've been trying to rest and recoup it. The orthopedic doctor or whoever I went to, the back specialist, said I didn't need surgery back then, and it's been going pretty good. But I did a little bit of exercising the other day. I've been trying to take it easy, but I just sprinted once and my back kind of gave out on me again. So I feel better today, but I'm gonna go visit the doctor again because I don't want to have that as a lingering thing. But we're praying for you, Amy. I don't know why you're unable to walk, but whatever it is, we pray you're able to walk and be healed in the name of Jesus immediately. Oh, she reminds me of Ringo. She does kind of look like Ringo. You look like Ringo. You probably look like Gus Gus too. Ellie. Bah! I keep asking, but I'll stop now. I don't want to be annoying. Sorry, I didn't see it. They wanted me to do Angel's noise. Oh yeah, for those that don't know, I can imitate this guy pretty good. Hey, Angel. Angel. Bah! He's not feeling it. He'll do it later. Oh, don't worry. Throughout this live, he'll do it many, many times. Who else we got here? We got Weta. We got her 2 babies. We got Bo, the cool colored one. Look at that gray and that white. How'd you get so fat, buddy? You got a big old belly. And then this one's a lot more slim. This is Cupid right here. You notice most of them don't have horns, actually. Whoa, Cupid. Hey, bud. We have 6 babies, and only 2 of them have horns because I guess these fainting goats have a POLLED gene, P-O-L-L-E-D, I think is how you spell it, where they just, a lot of them aren't born with horns. You notice that she doesn't have any, she doesn't. That mama does, and the dad doesn't. So I guess dad not having them and mama yes having them is like a 50-50 chance. But the other mama, Lulu, around here she has horns too. See, there's Lulu. There's horns for her. Her baby Ursula does not have horns because the dad doesn't. Hey, Ziggy Birdie. Who did good birdie, little Ziggy? Is the video recording okay for you guys? I'm losing some numbers. Some people are tuning out of the video, and so I'm unsure if it's because the quality's low or anything like that, or I don't know if just, people are still working at this time. I understand that. But, whoa, get down, okie dokie. But if there's anything I can do to enhance the quality of the video, just let me know. Nobody said anything. Nobody's complained yet. So, I don't know. I'm trying to do it off of Wi-Fi so that the signal is good and relatively uninterrupted. It's a little blurry. Comes and goes. Let me try something. Okay. On phone, I have good quality. On TV, it's pixelated. I try not to complain. Yeah, I appreciate you not complaining and stuff like that. You know, being a Karen, as they say. Or, I feel bad for my Pete Pat. Rest her soul. I don't know how anybody who's mean got that infamous name of Pete Pat. I appreciate not trying to do that. But at the same time, if there is, you know, a little bit of a quality difficulty, then I appreciate letting me know so that I can try to work on it. I turned the Wi-Fi off, though. My Wi-Fi was connected, so that probably was part of the problem. But let's see if it works a little bit better now. We're up 10 people. Being a tiny bit blurry is going to be inevitable because I'm like really far from, you know, the house, and even if you have like impeccable internet, just whenever you do a live stream, the quality is not always going to be as good as like when you're recording a video offline, you know what I mean? So it might be a tiny bit blurry, but if it's cutting in and out, that's when we might have problems. What in the world did Brenda B just send? She just sent a circle. How was that possible? The Wi-Fi lagging circle. How did... Y'all, people are saying it's better now. That's good. Yeah, I need to make sure to disconnect my Wi-Fi before every live because no Wi-Fi is better. And we have Verizon Wireless to thank for that. They're my cell phone provider. They're good. They're the best. I recommend Verizon to anybody. You're the best flip-flop farmer in the world, LE3. Well, Michael, that's very kind. I appreciate it, buddy. There's not a lot of flip-flop farmers out there. There's about 2 or 3. Y'all probably surprised to even know that, but there was 2 guys, or 1 or 2 guys that had the name Flip Flop Farmer on YouTube before I did. They didn't have like really big channels or anything. They were just kind of like, you know, humble, small town farmers who just made videos of growing tomatoes or building chicken coops or whatever. And so it's a little bit different, but yeah, but no, there's one Flip Flop Farmer. He lives in like Alabama or Florida. His name is Dave Anderson, and that guy is he's a joy. He's fun to watch. I don't know if he still makes videos or not, but he was still making videos when I started. Me too, Verizon works. Yeah, Verizon's the real get down, okie dokie. Stop it. I can't even discipline you because I'm on a live. I don't want to upset anybody with what I'd have to do to get him to stop doing that. I think he's taking advantage of it. No Wi-Fi is better. That's real talk, Larry. I agree. Somebody said they have to go. Enike? I don't know how to say your name, but we'll see you next time. Thank you for visiting, Enike. Hope you have a blessed rest of your day. Oh yeah, Verizon's real good. Everybody's agreeing with me. Okie, get down. I'm taking advantage of the fact I'm on it live. I can't unleash my wrath. I'm just kidding. I'm not terrible or anything. I just got to be a little more stern. I got to be a pretty stern father to make him stop doing that. He normally doesn't do it. He normally knows not to try to jump on me like that. But my grandma was here earlier. She came out to visit the animals. And I'm not going to lie, she's a small 4'11" woman. And so Okie Dokie took it as a perfect opportunity to try to jump on somebody that he thought he could take advantage of. And so ever since she came out here, he's been all antsy like this, all jumpy. Okay, do I need to lock you in the other pasture? He's young right now and he's so sweet, but we cannot. Nope. Hey, get down. Nope. But we can't have him jumping on us like that because when he gets to be an adult, he'll be, I don't know where his dad's at, but he'll be like Ernie's size, and we can't have him being a full-grown alpaca trying to jump on somebody. He'll hurt a kid. And you know, Meg's 5'2". She's not the tallest person in the world, so 5'1", something like that. She says she's 5'3", I think, but my mom says she's 5'3", but I'm not so sure about that. Oh, I'm just giving my loved ones a hard time. You could brush Donkey Dan? I could brush you, Donkey Dan. I don't know where your brush is at. Maybe we can go find it in a second. There's Ziggy birdie. Hey, Ziggy. Are you being a good little birdie? You laying down, you little emu, you little silly bird? Hmm. 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 Oh, yeah, my grandma was out here because we had leftover bananas, and we weren't going to finish them in time before they go bad. And so my grandma wanted to give them to the donkeys, and I was like, oh, yeah, let me take you out there and show you. And so she got some really good videos for herself just to take home and remember. And it was really fun, her feeding Imogen and Dan donkeys. I was feeding Imogen and Dan bananas, feeding them donkeys. Cannibalism, nice. Nope, kidding. But I have a little bit of a clip of that I might be able to show in my next video. I'm 5'10", I used to be 5'11", but I'm shrinking. Well, dang, you're blessed with some great height genes. I'm 5'8". I'm definitely not the tallest. I was depressed about it in high school because I wanted to be an NBA player so bad. And I knew being 5'8", it would be nearly impossible. But it's okay. I've gotten over it. I've learned that God has other plans for my life. I don't got to be 5'8". Since I have my love, my beautiful fiance being 5'2", if I was 6'8" or 7 foot like I wanted, it'd be a really awkward height difference. So perhaps it's better being 5'8". Dan does have kind of, is that what somebody was saying? Dan has zonkey stripes, like zebra stripes or something. I don't really see it myself, but if y'all see it, y'all let me know where. Stop, Okie. You need to stop that. Do I need to get on top of you? Do I need to try to ride you like a? That's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna sit on you so you can't. That's what I'm gonna do. Yeah, I'm just gonna ride you like a horse. That'll make you stop. Muggsy Bogues and Spud Webb. Muggsy Bogues was like 5'3". I think Spud Webb was like 5'7". Yeah, those are like exceptions and stuff like that. But you think about the thousands of players that have ever been in the NBA and stuff like that, and you probably, I think out of like probably 10,000 NBA players ever, you have 3 or 4 that are that short that ever made it in history. And so the odds are just unfathomably slim. Just, you can't even comprehend how slim it is. And so I don't think that's, I understand like hard over height and everything, and that you can do anything that you put your mind to and whatnot. But I don't know, I just feel like it's so dang near impossible that it's better to invest your time and look into something different. And besides, actually, there's a lot of hardship. I'm not trying to put down all the short people. I'm short myself, so I get it. But no, Michael Jordan bullied, who was it? I think it was Muggsy Bogues trying to guard him. And Michael Jordan was like basically clowning him, making fun of his height. And then like really, Muggsy Bogues talked about how it terribly lowered his self-esteem because he was 5'3" trying to guard Michael Jordan. He was just holding the ball over his head like like an adult does to a child or something. And so there are definitely just hardships and tribulations that can come with that. Miss Marie, me too. I was 5'11" with back injuries. I can't stand straight up. I have 2 16-year-old grandsons, 6'1", and 2 granddaughters, 5'10" in the 6th and 8th grade. Golly. Imagine how, dang, if I was a school teacher, and that means there'd be middle school girls walking around the hallways taller than me. Could you imagine that? It'd be hard for me to have any authority in the classroom to keep my class in line if the children are taller than me. No, I'm just kidding. Maybe not. My high school phase is coming back, you guys. Y'all are bringing back my phase when I was obsessed with height. I finally got over it, and now that we're talking about it, it's bringing me back to my high school days where I can't stop thinking about it, where your authority and where everything about you revolves around your height. I gotta watch myself, you guys. I gotta be careful with me when it comes to height. Hey, John, how are you doing? John Kuiper, Gene Kuiper. Dan is a little love bug today. He wants Daddy to pet him all over him. You being so sweet, Donkey Dan. You being such a little sweetie pie. School dances sucked because I was taller than most of the boys. I get that. I guess you got to be the one wearing the heels instead of I got to let them be the ones wearing the heels instead of you. Then it'll look a little better. Hi, Ellie. Hello, Lori's. How are you? There's old Gus Gus. I haven't Gus Gus yet. Let's go see what Gus Gus is up to. I love Gus Gus. I love him so much, in fact, that I had him on Mount Rushmore of I'm a Survivor animals, currently at least, because he's fathered so many beautiful babies. He's fixed now, so he's not going to have any more babies. But look at the sweet boy over here eating grass. He got such a long beard, just hanging out. He's such a good boy. He's so sweet and so lovable. He doesn't have horns, so I can trust him to stick his head through the fence trying to get grass on the other side and not get stuck, just like so many other goats that we've had in the past used to. Get stuck every single day. He was born with no horns, so that's why 4 of his 6 babies over here also don't have any horns. Yeah, he's had enough kids. Yeah, he don't need any more. I mean, with how beautiful of offspring he produces, it wouldn't hurt to have more, but he don't have to. Keeping my eye on him. Keeping my eye on that one right there. And now as soon as I turn the camera on him, he leaves me alone. Oh, never mind. Here he comes. This right here is the biggest cuddle bug ever. Okie dokie. Hey, Lulu. She sounds like a little birthday party little squeaker toy when she makes her little noise. She's not going to do it right now. Of course. Maybe when I walk away, they'll start doing it. You wagging your little tail, Lulu? Are you wagging your tail, little goaty? Y'all hear Okie Dokie humming? Half of those are me and half of those are him. Y'all hear that? That was him. Oh, anyways, enough about me. Y'all tell me what's going on with you guys. What are y'all up to? I'm gonna go look, check on the grass. Actually, I want to see how it had it cut. I think earlier today. So let's go see how it looks. While you guys post some comments about what you guys are up to. Pig Trudy's in the pond pasture. Yeah, I can go back over there in a moment. I showed her at the beginning of the live. Her and the other pigs were resting. They weren't doing anything. Ellie, my first live. Hello. You have the most beautiful job in the world. We are very blessed. I will agree with that. It's a great job. I enjoy it. It's very relaxing. The only even somewhat remote, I guess, hard part about it is the lack of socialization. Of course, I have plenty of animals to spend time with, but I'm a pretty social person when it comes to people. And so Meg, a lot of the times, she is helping her family. There's things going on with her family right now. Obviously, I'm not going to say that because that's private information, but she's been spending a lot of time over there lately helping them out with it. And so I've kind of been here by myself and whatnot. And I do love spending time with the animals. I really do. But I kind of don't have as much human interaction as I used to. And so it gets a little bit challenging sometimes. But I try to find excuses to go to Tractor Supply, to go to Walmart and stuff like that. I would love to get involved with basketball or football like I was. That was fun, interaction and socialization. I try to stay involved with my friends on Xbox, playing video games and whatnot in the evenings. A lot of people would prefer that, though. A lot of people, that's their dreams, to not have to deal with people or be around people. But that's not me. That's Meg. She loves that part of it, but that part's actually a little bit hard for me. The funny thing is that the hard part for most people, so that part is what most people would love, but it's hard for me. And then vice versa, the part that doesn't bother me or isn't a challenge for me at all would be a big challenge for most people, and is a challenge for a lot of my family, is the pressures of, like with any job, trying to make sure you're making ends meet and stuff like that, making sure you can provide for your family. But then furthermore, making sure that you have positive feedback on your videos, dealing with criticism, with haters, with negative comments, people insulting your worth, saying really personal things about you. Those are the kind of things that I'm able to just brush off really easily, because to be honest, most of the time it don't even make sense. Like, people would say something like, we make too many cat videos, or the sanctuary used to be beautiful but now it's ugly, or whatever. And that just is like incompetent almost, because like, look around you, like, you know, to me, this is beautiful. This is unbiasedly, this is just a beautiful land right here. And props to my dad for doing the fencing and helping build the foundation for us. We appreciate the help that we have now. But no, if somebody says this is ugly, they're just kind of, they don't even know what they're talking about. You know, like, how's that going to upset me? And then people saying maybe we don't do any more rescues and we make too many cat videos and stuff like that. I went back and counted one day when somebody said that. This was several months ago. And I saw that I had done it had been 35, I actually went and counted, it had been 35 days and 27 consecutive videos where it was not themed around cats. I may have had a cat in there sprinkled in, a little bit of cat moments here or there, but I didn't make a single video that was like revolving around or themed around cats for 35 consecutive days, 27 videos in a row, almost one a day. And it was about something besides cats, farm animals, or whatever the case may be. And somebody still said that. It just shows that they just didn't even think before they said it. And so I'm very matter of fact. I can just not really care whenever it's stuff like that. But then other people, even if the hater makes no sense in what they're saying, it's still kind of like, you know, it brings them down, it hurts their feelings, it makes them second guess themselves. And I'm not being critical of my family or anything like that. I have my own things that I struggle dearly with, that my family is so patient and supporting of me with. I guess the point is that that's one of the things that a lot of people that say they would want to do this job, they would have a hard time with that. I think they would have a hard time with the criticism and the negative comments, not being able to make everybody happy no matter what you do. You do one thing and you make some people happy, but you upset others. Then you go the exact opposite way, trying to please the ones you upset, and then the ones that were originally happy are now upset. That is a challenge of, you know, living your life in a glass house, if you will, posting what you do on the internet and whatnot. People are going to tell me that Angel, he because of his deformity, he has a little bit of dirt on his neck. You can't see it right now, but because when he eats, some of the food drips out of his mouth because his jaw is crooked and it drips onto his neck, so his neck's a little bit stained. People are going to get on to me for not cleaning that every single day or whatever. But the thing is, though, is that I'm trying to give him space because he's slowly working his way up to becoming friendly with me. And I'm not going to push his boundaries and try to catch him every day to clean his neck, which is not even bothering him, and run the risk of him not wanting to be friendly with me. But then if I do that, people are going to criticize me for having an unfriendly sheep. He must be scared of you guys. There's something that he knows that we don't. Why is he so unfriendly and whatnot? That's just one example of thousands I could give of how you won't please everybody. When you become public, you're going to open yourself up to trolls. Yeah, it's true. Loneliness is something that most farmers struggle with. If you're missing socializing, others are also. It would be good to reach out to other farmers, as they probably feel the same. Hey, Ellie. Sorry I've been recouping from surgery. Sorry. There's only I guess. I've missed you and Meg. Oh, well, I'm glad you're back, Jenna. We're glad to have you today. I'm glad you're joining. Hey, nothing wrong with cats or any of the animals. No, I agree. I love cats. To me, cats are, I hate to say it, I don't know. To me, they're the most remarkable species out there because they have the, you know, kind of wild and feral traits of like a tiger or like a emu right there. An alpaca. They protect their young. They roam. They can be vicious when they need to. They're ravaging like wolves when they have to be. But they can also be super lovey-dovey and cuddly, like a dog, like a cat. They are cats. They can be perfect inside pets. They clean themselves. They're so easy to potty train with litter boxes, or in our case, litter robots. And they take care of the mice. We have no mice and snakes around here because of our cat presence, which in turn keeps our chickens and other animals safe. And so to me, unbiasedly, I feel like cats are, just in general, if I'm doing a species in general, cats are number one easily because they basically can cover every end of the spectrum. Now, a lot of people have cats, and a lot of people don't have these other animals. So I try to be aware of that and make videos about our donkeys, about our chia pet. A lot of people don't have something like that, a farm dog. About our okie dokie, about the goaties, about our angel and stuff like that. So I definitely try to be conscious of it. And I do think the majority of the videos are about those animals. I don't video cats a whole lot, but don't get me wrong, if you start talking about them, or if you want to see cats, I got galore of those little felines over there that I could video about. Hey, kitty, kitty, kitty. I think that's a mama cat. Oh yeah, I could do cat videos for days. Who else should we check on? We've seen just about everybody. Block the haters. I think 99% of us are here because we enjoy your channel. Keyboard haters out there hiding in the shadows. Yeah, honestly, I don't even really block or delete the comments that they put, because it's such a minority that it's a waste of time trying to scroll through and find them anyways. Once in a while, something like that it'll like notify me of a comment, and it'll be something not positive, but it's okay. It's really not a big deal. Cats aren't my jam, but I don't mind the cat videos, especially Noodles. I appreciate that, Teresa. I think a lot of people feel the same way. I try to make the cat videos in addition to the farm animal videos. I don't want to replace farm animal videos with cat content or anything like that. Come on, Chia, let's go. That okie dokie is a glutton for attention. Okay, one more pet okie dokie, but Daddy's really got to go. Give the other animals some love too. Okay, goodbye. Ellie, recently, Bunny XO said her husband, Jelly Roll, had to leave social media because he was getting bullied. People are ridiculously mean. All that matters is you know the truth. God knows your heart. Amen, Deb. I definitely agree with that. That's so sad for them that they had to leave social media. That's Meg. Meg almost wanted to quit before she even started because she barely got a few videos put up, but then there were a few people being mean. And then the Rick Think Like a Horse channel did a video analyzing her, analyzing how she did with the horses or with the donkeys, trying to brush them or something like that. I forgot what it was. And it the criticism kind of, he wasn't even like really mean or bad or anything, but it just kind of like, it really put her down, and it made her like kind of not feel confident in herself and think about like, I don't want to do this anymore. But we talked about it, and she feels a lot better now. She knows that you have to have a thicker skin to make videos on social media and whatnot. And so Meg has really grown a lot, and I'm super proud of her for that. Everyone wants to see the pigs. I'm gonna go over there and see the pigs right now. They're probably still sleeping because it's only gotten hotter since I came out here, but we'll give it a shot. Yeah, Meg's favorite WWE wrestler, Rhea Ripley, has a similar personality to her and a similar kind of a life story, if you will. Rhea Ripley doesn't like some of the negative things about social media, how people feel entitled to say whatever they want, things they wouldn't say to your face, people being so mean, hiding behind the shadows, as someone said a second ago. And she had, it really put her down, like her self-esteem, because of maybe the way she dressed or her lifestyle choices and whatnot. But, Rhea Ripley has evolved a lot, and now she's kind of the face of the company, at least for the women. And she's an amazing wrestler. And so Meg has always wanted to meet her and just be able to tell her firsthand that I appreciate you inspiring me, helping me realize that if Rhea can deal with negative comments and deal with haters and stuff like that, then I can do the same. I can continue being me in peace, And so I would love to help Meg meet her someday. There's got to be somebody from Australia. That's where she's from. There's got to be somebody from Australia, or somebody that knows her, or something like that. I keep telling her, Meg isn't confident in it, but I am. I just have a feeling about it. Hey, Pig Trudy. How you doing, little piggy? You want me to come in there? Okay, I'll come in there. I'll come in there with you. Meg is the animal. Megan is the animal whisperer. Amazing skills. Yeah, Meg is an amazing talent. Meg's the one who got Okie Dokie friendly. We've never had a friendly alpaca in our lives. Annie, Ernie, Indy, nothing but Okie Dokie. That was all Meg. She taught me a really valuable lesson from that. I was asking her, like, Lovey, how did you do it? Even though I was watching her, I saw how she did it, but I just kind of explained I asked her to explain her thought process. And Meg basically was talking about how it's like 50-50. It's kind of like a little bit of it is kind of pushing his boundaries, because if you totally give him the choice, obviously Okie Dokie's not going to come anywhere near me because he's afraid of humans like his mom is. So it kind of forces boundaries a little bit. Like I would hold him and I wouldn't let him go, even if he wanted to let go. Not forever and not like cruel or anything, but I gave him no. Hey, whoa, that scared me. Sorry, Trudy. Woo, my heart skipped a beat. Did I get you in a sensitive spot, Pig Trudy? Woo! Made my heart skip a beat. Anyways, yeah, so she pushed Okie Dokie's boundaries a little bit, but at some point she kind of like, okay, I've done about 50% of my part. I've met you in the middle, so now it's up to you to meet me in the middle. And at that point, Okie Dokie kind of met her in the middle. Yeah, it made me jump too. I'm sorry about that. I think I overstimulated her a little bit. I think I overstimulated her a little. It's okay. He was over here all sleepy. But, yeah. Basically, you meet him halfway, and you give them the chance to meet you halfway. If they don't want to meet you halfway, then there's really not a whole lot more you can do after that. But at least you tried, is kind of her outlook. And thankfully, when she met Okie halfway, he met her back. Hey, Piggy, I'm right here. You made me jump. I made you jump. Pig Trudy made everybody jump. That was definitely nothing to do with me. I'm going to go play back the footage and see if I did anything wrong. I normally pet her for like 5 or 10 seconds, but I petted her a little longer because I was videoing. I wanted y'all to see it, but I'm not sure if I got too close to her eye and it startled her, or if maybe the ear she didn't like. I'll have to go play it back and see if there's anything I did, because I usually pet only the snout for like 5 or 10 seconds. I'd rather not have that happen again. But no, that's a really valuable lesson that I learned. So like with anything, with a human or an animal, if I kind of want them to do something that they're not entirely comfortable with, or if I'm kind of trying to convince them, I'll try to do like half of the work for them, like meet them halfway. But they have to want it themselves at least a little bit. If they don't, then I can't do anything. I can't make them do it. Otherwise, I'll be wasting my time and wasting their time. And so, come on a little bit. Yeah, you can crawl through and, sorry, babe. Kind of like with Lex. The other day, this is actually how I hurt my back, was we were right here, me, Lex, and Connor. I've been training him for football because he has middle school football coming up next year, and he wants to be a corner, like not a quarterback, but a cornerback, like C-O-R-N-E-R, like the corner of the field. Those are the guys that defend the receivers, in case you don't know a lot about football. And so I've been out here working with them, kind of training them and stuff like that, and eventually we'll work our way up to, instead of just running around catching passes and working on our footwork, he'll have to work on wearing pads, being out here in the hot sun, making sure that he knows how to stay hydrated, making sure he knows how to tackle, because I don't know if he's ever been taught how to tackle somebody before. And so a lot of kids, when they're first learning, say this is the person right here, they'll charge at him like a rhino, like with the crown of their head, and that's the last thing that you want to do. That's how people end up with neck injuries, with spinal cord problems and paralysis, all kinds of things. And so you do not want to charge at him with the crown of your head. And so I'll have to teach him to always keep his face kind of up. You have a face mask when you're wearing a helmet to form tackle. Use your legs. Low man wins. Low center of gravity wins. That's how you generate power. And so those are all things that I'll have to teach him. But at the same time, the more advanced things, I'm only going to try to push him to do that if that's what he wants. So maybe next time I see him, I'll ask him how badly he wants it. Because if he just wants to go out there and have fun with his friends, if he don't care that much, then it'll probably be bad for our relationship. If I sit there and I try to push him to be an NFL player, something like that, and make him just be absolutely miserable all summer or whatever when he comes and visits. But if he really wants to if he wants himself to be great, if he wants to see if he can play in high school and college or maybe even the NFL someday, then I'll push him with everything that I got, and then he'll enjoy it and he'll appreciate it, because he'll know that every drop of sweat, every deep breath he's taken from exhaustion is one step closer to him getting better. And so that's kind of my philosophy on that, is I'll meet him halfway, but ultimately he'll let me know how far he wants to go the rest of the way. Hello, Lola Wheeler. How are you doing? I love having my basketball goal intact. Basketball might be a better sport for me to start playing. The thing with my back injury, with my torn disc, is that it never really hurts when I jump, when I, run even 80 or 90% speed. When I don't lift like, I'm not like a deadlifter or like a heavy power lifter or anything like that, but I have to carry bags of feed sometimes and different stuff. And so I can do that pretty easily. But whenever I have to run full speed, like a full dead-on sprint, that's when we have problems. Those are the times that I found myself kind of hurt or re-injured, is when I do a 100% full speed sprint. And the other day, I was having Lex practicing defending me, and so Connor threw a pass, and I just went and chased after the ball, and I tracked it down. I felt like Usain Bolt out there, I'm not going to lie. But the price I paid after I caught the ball, my back was in some pain. And so basketball might be a better sport, because in basketball, you don't do a lot of 100% full sprinting. You do a lot of like 75, 80% speed start and stops and whatnot. And so that's more better for my back. Hey, dirty cat. You a good boy? You a good kitty cat? Well, I'm not sure who else to showcase. I've done showcase about everybody as far as the animals go. Oh, I do know who to showcase. I have a lot I can showcase. What am I thinking? I sit there and I go between the bigs and the littles. Well, that's not right. I go between the pond pasture, the pigs and the ducks, and then I go between the goats and the donkeys. And it's the other animals that we have that are so cool. Let me show you all that right now. Hey, Mama. Oh my goodness, they're little duckies. Look at it, you guys. 16 baby duckies right there. Look at the little cutie wooties. Oh my goodness, they're so sweet. Mama, you got such sweet babies. They're so adorable. We got a little kiddie pool for them over there in the corner. They going near Mama, you guys. We haven't let them be free roam yet, because they're going to go to the pond when we let them out. And we have turtles in the pond right now. The turtles will kill the babies if we let them go there right now. But that's what happened last summer. She had a lot of babies, and the turtles got them when they went to the pond. So this year we want to let them grow full size before we take them there. Someone suggested we should get a turtle trap, catch turtles and go release them in a different pond, and I thought that was a really brilliant idea. That might be the best course of action to take. I apologize. I have to pee really bad, so I'm gonna put the phone down. I'll be back in a minute. Sorry. All right, I'm back. Nature calls. Yeah, I guess I don't know what that means exactly. I've heard that before. Nature calls. I mean, I had to. I'm not gonna sit there have a bladder infection in it too long, and I don't intend on stopping this live anytime soon. So, and it was only, what was that, 1 minute? Probably wasn't even a minute. So no harm, no foul, right? Let's go in here. Let's what our other babies are up to. We got bunny rabbits in here. We got Meg's Polish chicks. We got the little devil chicken over there. Friggin' Rocky, little meanie. It's a natural thing is what it means. Yeah, I guess that's true. Hey, Rocky. He'll probably try to get me right now. I'm just walking by. I'm not even close, and look, he's already trying to get me. Look at him. Look at this dude. Put my phone in front. I bet you he tries to peck it. Hey, Rocky. You're so mean, buddy. What happened? Put my foot right there. He'll try to get it. Hey, oh, we got my shoe really good. Dang, that's a mean bird. He loves his girls, though. What can I say? And he's ironically more gentle with his girls than Hey Hey is, even though he's so big and ferocious. Obviously, Hey Hey's neglecting his girls right now. He's going towards the feed area. He's brought one of his favorite girls out with him. A few of them, as you can see. Just left the other ones inside to dig holes and do whatever they do. All right, let's go sit in here and see what our bunny rabbits do. I'm trying to spend more time with them by just kind of sitting in here, not moving around a whole lot, so that, uh-oh, do I hear little bunny rabbits in here? Oh my goodness, who's a good little bunny rabbit? Who's a kitty booty? Stomp your feet, dude, stomp them. Stomp. He'll do it whenever I'm not looking. I love when he stomps his feet. It's so funny. Come on, dude. Come out and stomp your feet, buddy. Oh, man. Yeah, a lot of y'all are worried, but as you can see, we do have wire at the bottom right here so that they can't dig holes and crawl out. We realized that they dug this hole right here, and so we realized that we need to go ahead and put that wire so they don't come out. A really funny story. I don't know if Papa's told y'all, or Tina or somebody in the family has told y'all the story yet, but my Aunt Tina, back when they lived still here on this property, a little bit over there that way, she, her and Rob and Ben and Elijah got a few bunny rabbits, maybe 2 or 3, maybe not too many, but they didn't have them fixed. They just had them in a little hutch outside, kind of like this right now, and didn't really think about how fast they would reproduce. So next thing you know, a month or 2 goes by, and they go out and play with the rabbits every day or whatever. But at some point, they would go out there and they realized there were some babies that they had somewhere, and they started digging holes. And so they looked kind of underground, like where the holes were, and they saw, 3 or 4 rabbits with a bunch of babies, like 10, 20 babies, something crazy like that. And they're like, uh-oh, what did we do? We can't get all of those fixed. Let's just hope they don't reproduce more. Next thing you know, 1 month turns into 2 to 3 to 4 to 5, and they have I'm not even kidding, like 60, 70, 80, 100 rabbits just repopulating like jackrabbits out there, just in those holes and stuff like that underground. Whole crazy thing. That was a long, long time ago. I don't even know if I was alive yet. I probably was, but we started off with 3, ended up with 16. Yeah, that's what I mean. I guess that's where the old expression repopulating like rabbits comes from. It oh man. It must be nice to pull it out and let it fly. Well, Michael, he's referring to me urinating outdoors. If I go behind over there, I make sure nobody's looking, because this is our property after all, so I can go wherever I want to. But I do go in that crevice over there so that nobody can see. And then women can pee outside too. I understand the logistics of it are a little bit challenging based on the female anatomy. So I told Meg that she should do it, but she says that it'll run down her leg no matter what, and she don't want that. And so I don't quite understand it, but yeah, Michael, I guess you're right. It is nice to be able to pee on command whenever you have to. Saves our water bill. I don't gotta flush the toilet nearly as much. Right, dude? You TT outside too, little dude. Oh, yeah. They don't make some things you can buy as a female and use, but this is not the platform to... she deleted it. She's probably embarrassed. It's okay. It's not a big deal. It's not easy for ladies to pee outside. They do make things a female can use, but this is not the platform to explain it. Yeah, that'd be some sort of YouTube tutorial or something like that. It's okay. I'll take Meg's word for it that it's not easy. I believe her. She's usually right about most things anyways. Hey, dude. His name is Dude. I'm not just calling him Dude for no reason because I don't know his name or something. Ew, ew, ew. I love their little noises. Oh, hey, hey, hey. Whoa, hey, hey, kitty. What are you doing? Wow. See, how is this not the most beautiful thing ever? To all the people that don't like cats, how is this not the most adorable thing ever right here? You know what I'm saying? How can somebody say this is not so sweet? Boo-hoo-hoo-hoo! I want to get a close-up of him doing it. One more time, Rocky. Do it one more time, Rocky. Do it. Please. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo! He's about to. Do it, Rocky. Come on. Do it. Poor kitty's trying to get in here so bad and play. You know what's funny is that sometimes on our camera right there at nighttime, one of our security cameras, we look in here and we see a cat in here with the bunny rabbits, and there's a window. We got this thing from Tractor Supply. This is a chicken coop, actually, chicken coop and run. We got it for a good deal. They had it discounted because the window on the side, I don't know if you can see it, it's right above that fan, like right, you can't see it. There's a window just right around there that is broken. And so we got it discounted because of that. And so obviously it's an opening. That's how the fan's able to blow air into there so that the rabbits can stay cool. But what's cool about it is that the cats will climb up on top of the fence. Well, he's on top of this right now. I hear him up there. Kitty, kitty, kitty. Kitty, kitty, kitty. Uh-oh. There you go. They'll get up there and they'll climb into that window and they'll hang out with the rabbits in here. I see a little bit in here all the time. Christmas killed that snake for Jamie. Did she? There was a snake problem over there at Longhorn Lester's or JL. That's good. Definitely don't want those snakes around. We haven't had snakes around here really. I had another thing too is that the cats I mentioned earlier, they are greatly responsible for hardly any snakes living here. I think I've seen 2 in 7 years. I seen 1 in 2017 when we got Ringo, and then I saw 1 in, it was last year, 2023, when Meg and I came out. There's, you know, that video of me performing that execution on them. The snake was in the house for about a month, and they found it, and the dog took it out and killed it. Wow, that's crazy. That's impressive. It's almost like when Tat and Carl took care of that predator dog at Longhorn Lester's. It's crazy. Kitty, you want to come in here? Here, come on. Come on, kitty, kitty, kitty. Come on, kitty, kitty, kitty. You can come in. Come on, kitty cat. It's right in front of you, buddy. Use your head, buddy. Right. Whoa, no, not like that. Come on, buddy, come in here. You don't want to come in? You're scared of the bunny rabbits? Okay. Well, now it's a big whiff. You should get one of those turtle traps, like the one Marie with Random Okie Farms is using. She has caught like 100 of the turtles out of her pond and relocated them. Yeah, that's what somebody had said. That's what I think would be a good idea, to get a turtle trap. I told Meg about it yesterday because somebody, I think it was on my live from Tuesday or whatever, said that. I thought it was a really good idea. Hey, brother, I was not hating on your outdoor urination. I wish I could do it. I just live around too many people. Yeah, it's a little bit harder. And, well, that's where I lived in, before I moved here, I lived in the suburbs with my mom and my stepdad. And so, yeah, you can't just pee out there. You can go, there's a little tiny area behind a gate, or like in the privacy of your own backyard you could, but like, yeah, if you live somewhere like near a street or whatever, that's not really the viable option. cock-a-doodle-doo. Hello, Lori. How are you? You doing well? Y'all let me know what y'all are up to. I'm about spent. I don't know what else to really say. I've said all that. I can answer questions all day, or I can talk about topics y'all bring up, but I've talked about everything that there is to talk about pretty much. I've been going for 55 minutes. That's crazy. It doesn't feel like it. I haven't missed any comments, so I think I'm all caught up. Just kind of here existing, hanging out with y'all. What are the bunnies' names? The bunnies' names are Dude and Chocolate. Chocolate's the girl. She's brown. And then Dude is the... Oh, I got a bug on me. Dude is the male. And it's funny because Dude's so much tinier than her, but he's so much more like of an alpha than she is. There's a little tiny Dude right there. He's tough. Chocolate's all huddled up in the corner, all scared, that big old girl. It's gross, and it's gross that you can't wash your hands. Yeah, I mean, like, I don't know. It's tough. My mom is kind of germaphobic, and so maybe growing up with a germaphobic mom has kind of pushed me to the opposite end of the spectrum where I don't care as much about germs as I should. Don't get me wrong. If I'm, like, you know, handling animal feces or whatever, I'll wash my hands before I pet the cats and go inside. I'm not totally bonkers off the wall. I don't care about germs or whatever, but at the same time, I probably don't wash my hands before I eat every single time, and there will be things that I'll do that would make my family so sad if they knew I didn't wash my hands during those things. I'm not filthy or anything, but you know, like if you have to tinkle outside real quick and you're just going to be handling, you know, farm stuff, equipment and whatnot anyways, and then the rest of the family does it too, then it's like, I don't know, it's not like you're sitting there rubbing the bacteria on your face or like, you know, sticking your hands in your mouth like a child sucking on their thumb or anything, you know. So I guess I just never really I just never really thought too deeply into it. Meg gives me a hard time about it in that same regard too. I knew this woman that bleached her kitchen sink after I washed my hands in it. Yeah, that right there, I'm guessing it's because you were a stranger and she didn't want your skin cells, any remnants of it in her sink. I don't know. I'm off to bed after you're live. It's almost midnight here. Well, thanks for that. Well, Cynthia, we appreciate you hanging. If you got to go to bed, it's okay, though. You can always click back on the live and watch it after the fact. You can watch it tomorrow, the next day. It'll always be here. I don't intend on taking it down or anything, so I've only taken one video down, I think, ever in my entire YouTube and Facebook, because I'm not normally one to take it down if it has like negative comments. But there was a video I made with it was a cute video with Brindley and Carter, and they were kind of like play wrestling and something like that, and I thought it was funny and it was cute, but it was just but no, a lot of people didn't like it. And I realized that it wasn't my children, so I asked them about it, and they asked me if I could take it down just to make it easier for everyone, and I was like, yeah, I'll take it down. And so, but no, I've had plenty of videos that weren't positively received, but I don't think I took those down. Then I checked out her cracked, dry hands, and I figured out she had germophobia. I'm guessing that could come from like washing your hands too much as your skin starts to crack or it gets dried out or whatever, something like that. I was gonna mow the yard, but nature decided it needed watered instead. That's another thing about, I feel bad continuing on that topic about using the bathroom outside, but the grass won't grow there, so you don't have to worry about snakes infesting that area. The grass won't ever grow in the areas. The urine will kill it. That's not a good reason to do that. I'm just kidding. Well, I'm not kidding, but I'm kind of kidding too, you know what I mean? Wow, what a great live stream, Ellie. I appreciate it, Larry. Hope that the rest of y'all share the same sentiment. I've enjoyed it. Hope y'all have too. Do you love living on the farm now, Ellie? I do, Julie. I do love living on the farm. It's an incredible blessing, and it's I just look around and it's just such a great joy. Having the animals, getting to share it with my love, and being able to be near my family too is just so wonderful. My dog bonked his head today. I'm sorry about that, Lori. I hope he's okay. Hope it wasn't anything too serious. Hopefully it was just a little minor thing. Hopefully it wasn't like Stewie Griffin on Family Guy when he was jumping on his parents' bed and he hit the ceiling so hard that his head turned into a football shape. That's a real thing, actually. Stewie's head in one of the episodes, he had like a normal shaped head, like a regular human, but then he jumped too high and hit the ceiling, and it morphed his head into a football shape. That's actually a true Family Guy episode, one of the early seasons, if y'all ever wondered how Stewie got the football head. Hey, bunny rabbit, y'all are back. Hey, Chocolate. Hey, little Chocolate. Ever saw about the time? What time is it for me? It must be 5:02. There's all Amazon. Hope they're driving a safe speed. The baby, I left the gates open for them because the baby goats haven't been getting out as much. They've been hanging out in the pasture more. I think the ones with horns are finally getting too big to reasonably get out of the pasture all the time because they haven't been coming out nearly as much. His head broke the glass on my car and made a star pattern. Oh no, that's not good. Is he okay? He's not concussed or anything, is he? Hey, little bitty. I don't know what all that is. I don't know how that happened. I don't know if that's like I need to repaint it or what. Kind of. Hello from Michigan. Hello, Mary. Anything else going on with you guys today? I see we had a germaphobe conversation was the last thing we talked about. Hey, Ellie, can y'all... Sorry, Lola, I don't understand what you're trying to say with the kitties or something like that. Sorry. You are so nice and close to all your family. So many people don't have that. I am so lucky that my two big brothers live in the same city. Our parents have passed away. I'm sorry to hear that, Julie, but that's nice that you get to spend time with your brothers. I hope y'all get to see each other frequently. It's a blessing you don't want to take for granted when you live near your family. And a lot of people don't live, this close where I can really see my cousin's house from here. I can see my grandparents' house dang near from here as well behind it. But and then I look over here, and then I can see family members' houses in every direction pretty much. But no, we definitely don't want to take it for granted. A lot of people have family that lives nearby, like 10, 20, 30 minutes away. That's how my mom's side of the family is. But I know my stepdad, his family lives all the way in Louisiana. He's a Cajun man, and has a Cajun family, and so he only gets to see them, at most 5 times a year. Usually it's even less than that, and so I know that must be difficult. I hope they get to keep up well over the phone and stuff like that. They're really good to me, even though I'm like a step family member. They still accept me, and they still get me stuff for Christmas every year. I appreciate it. I have 14 baby kitties. Oh my goodness, this is adorable. I gotta see videos of this or something like that. Have you stopped stray dogs? Yes, we have. We haven't had a stray dog enter our premises in a long time. Now, I can't say they're not at the perimeter trying to get in. They might be. I know Jake had to deal with a few before, but we haven't had one actually in our safe haven in a long time. Those the double gates over there and then the single gate over here has been a really good thing for us. We've been closing them every night, and yeah, we haven't had any dog presence whatsoever. Any peacock babies yet? No, not yet. I don't even know if they're at maturity. They were close, the guy said, when we got them, and you can tell they're older. They're not like little babies or anything like that, but I still don't know if they're old enough to have hatchable eggs yet, have fertile offspring. That's not, you know what I mean. Meg will make the most beautiful bride with her long hair and an updo. I can't wait to see it. Me too, Chrissy. Me too. My husband didn't want to buy a seatbelt for him, but today I got one for him. For your dog, I'm guessing. That's so good. That's wonderful. Little doggy with a seatbelt. That's adorable. Oh, Lola's saying if we need some more kitties, let us know. No, well, the good thing is that cats, especially outdoor cats, are such low maintenance that we could have probably unlimited amount of them, but we don't want that. You know, we try to get them fixed, the ones that we can catch anyways. We don't want to have overpopulation or anything like that. But you know, but cats are so low maintenance that it really don't. I don't even know how many we have outside in total, and it really doesn't matter though because. Sorry, the wind was kind of loud. I was keeping an eye on it, making sure. I don't know, just making sure. But no, you know, it don't really matter having a lot of outside cats. I just, you know, put wet food out there for them once in a while, put out dry food, and just let them eat. And then whenever they're done, I'll go refill it the next night or whatever. It's as simple as that. I'll pet them, pet the ones that are friendly. The ones that are unfriendly, I usually don't see them, except for seldomly on the camera. It's funny, late at night I'll check the cameras and stuff, and I'll see Nikki's dad on our front porch eating, or I'll see, there's this one cat called Ugly Cat that I named, and I see that one show up too. They're not even close to touchable. They'll run if you get within 5 or 10 feet of them, but and they don't come out very much, but I see them on the cameras occasionally when they don't think anyone's watching, and they're little funny things. My dogs have seat belts. I say load up. They jump on the car and get in their own spot and wait for me to hook them up. That's funny. That's Jill talking about that. We don't have any dogs. Although maybe we should look into it. We've had a few dogs over here that my dad and Jamie tried to give us, but to be honest, we probably weren't quite ready for them back then. But now that we got the hang of things, now that we have a clear and obvious, defined pasture line for us and for our animals, a clear and defined line of what's our property and what isn't, then we could probably handle the dog pretty good right now. We'll see what happens with that. Cats are great for rodent control. That is a fact. Those little menaces are a rodent's worst nightmare. Right, Olga? Kitty, kitty, kitty! Right, kitty cat? I'm ready for dinner, but nobody will cook me anything, so I guess I will stick something in the microwave. Well, Michael, there's a lot of things you could do. I don't know if you're in a relationship or anything like that, but I don't know if your partner does cooking, or if you're single, maybe you could try to find yourself a partner that does it, or you could hire a chef. You could. What else would people do? Maybe do that Hello Fresh or whatever. Those like meal prep things. It's kind of like, it's not like fully cooking yourself, but it's also a little healthier, a little more authentic than a home cooked meal. I think there's something. Somebody, I think Teresa even said Hello Fresh wasn't that good though. There's something similar to it that is good. I've heard. It's a similar company, but I forgot what it's called. There's a lot of different paths you could take as far as that goes. A lot of different viable options. You could even work as a cook at a restaurant and maybe learn some tactics, learn some recipes, order takeout. There's no way on earth that people who are cooks at Olive Garden, there's no way that they don't pick up some of the recipes that they have over there. I almost want that to be one of my life goals is to be a cook at Olive Garden. I don't know how to cook anything, so I'll have to learn from scratch, but I almost want to learn so I can try to somewhat duplicate the recipe at home, because Olive Garden is like my favorite place. I love that place. I have family members 2 miles down the road, and I haven't seen them in 20 years. I'm sorry to hear that, Michael. I don't know how it's possible you haven't even seen them by accident if y'all live that close, how y'all haven't passed each other in your cars or passed each other down the street or something like that, or had to exchange mail. I'm not meaning to pry, but I'm sorry to hear that. I know a lot of people aren't on the greatest terms with their family. I've met a lot of people when I've been doing social media. I've talked to different people that have sent me friend requests on Facebook. I see posts from them and whatnot. It's a common thing. It's more common than you might think. People that aren't on good terms with their family, to where they might live so close, but they just can't bear to be around each other or whatever. And so it's hard to say because every situation is different. Some people have a family that is, really bad or cruel to them. Some people may not be anything serious like that, but they just don't get along and they just don't care to see each other a whole lot, or what it is. I don't know. It varies from person to person. But I guess that's why I always feel like There's an old saying that somebody shared with me, and it says, you know, blood might make you related, but love is what makes you family. There's even a Bible verse I remember where somebody's asking Jesus about, you know, about marrying. I think Jesus had a brother. They were asking about marrying about his brother, and he said something to the extent of, "My family is not just my blood, but it's those who follow my words." And so that to me is kind of the most similar parallel to the whole blood might make you related, but love's what makes you family kind of a thing. I really do believe in that wholeheartedly, and I live by that. I know it's easy for me to say probably because I am on pretty good terms with my family, and so I don't know how, if I was on bad terms, if I would react differently or whatever, but that's just, I guess, the most encouraging thing I can say to anybody who's in that situation. Have you yet to see Jake's little pygmy goat? He's adorable. I don't know. Have I seen Jake's pygmy goat? Oh, that scared me. It's just a leaf. It flew. I thought it was a bug flying on me. That scared me. I don't know. Find your tribe. I like. That's a good motto, Carmen. Find your tribe. Wham! Oh yeah, and see, that right there is how you know that it's just subconscious for me at this point. I don't even hear it anymore. Angels back, because somebody says I hear angel, and I probably heard them, but I didn't even really register it. I've just been here talking, and so that shows how second nature it is at this point. Bah! There he is. I heard him. Did y'all hear him? He's 5 foot tall, standing on his hind legs. Oh, you got a big dog. Wow. It's almost as tall as me. Oh yeah, the whole thing about the ferrets. Somebody had a ferret that they lost, and then when they lost the, oh, Chrissy's talking about as soon as my ferret died, we got mice. So what's that mean? That the ferrets were good about keeping mice out? I didn't know that. I thought that was more of a cat thing, but I guess I could see it. Galio! Bah! Wah! Now they're not talking to me. Okay, my beautiful fiance was calling me to tell me she's awake, but I told her I was on a live, and so she'll probably be like, "Oh, sorry, no sound. Still no sound." Y'all hear me? Okay. Bah! Has the sound returned to you guys, or is still no sound? I know that. Puppy, there you are. Okay. Hi, Lovey. Sounds back. Good. I wish you could see my goat. He's 6 foot on his hind legs. He's huge. I had no idea he was going to be so big. That reminds me of one of the goats at Meg's mom's house. They have some humongous goats over there. Kind of like Big Boy. Reminds me of Big Boy. He was a good goat. It was. Oh, is the sound delayed or is it good now? I can hear you. Okay, y'all can hear me. That's what matters. I got Adam or Steve right there. A few of y'all probably wondering how he's doing. I think it's Adam or Steve. They all look kind of the same. I'm not gonna lie. It's hard for me to tell. Bah! Wah! All right, I don't know. I kind of don't know what to do with myself at this point. I'm just sitting here now with the bunny rabbits that want nothing to do with their dad. They're making me really, really sad. It's okay. I'm working on them. They love Meg, but they don't like me that much. I think they were afraid of me because I hadn't spent enough time with them the last year. It's my own fault, but it's okay. I'm no longer gonna be an uninvolved dad. That changes right now. I'm gonna be an involved dad who gives them their food every time and make sure that they know that I'm here. I had two Nubian goats as a teenager. Those get big. And when one stood on her hind legs, she was taller than me. Of course, I'm 4'11". That's funny. Nubian goats. I think we should get one of those, Lovey. You think? Maybe they'll help eat the grass faster. They're so big. I would imagine they require more. I hope Pablo's doing okay wherever he is. Yeah, we do too, Julie. We sure do. It's hard to get. I've kind of, ever since the whole talk about our rescue attempt last night. Yes, okay. I didn't know if you wanted to, Lovey, but since you want me to, I will. Yeah, as far as Pablo, I was just saying real quick that all the ducks or all the animals and the birds that we've had that showed up mysteriously out of the blue, they also tend to disappear mysteriously as well. I think about that male peacock that was here a few weeks ago that was friends with Jack. I think John's what we called him. He just showed up mysteriously one day, but then likewise he disappeared one day mysteriously. Pablo, Hope, that's the one that crushes me the most to think about. Yeah, and with Hope, it's hard because I was in Mexico those 5 days, and when I came back, she was gone. And so I really hope that she didn't think that I had left or that I had abandoned her and that she decided to fly away looking for me, or that she just decided that if I left, she might as well go leave and start her life somewhere else or something like that, or if she was depressed or sad because I was gone. I don't know. I really hope that's not what happened, but I can't even think about it or I'm going to get sad because, man, I love that little Hope, that little white pigeon. She was so sweet. I hope she just flew away because it was her time of the year to migrate. That's probably what it was, honestly. I hope. I'm just going to have to assume that she was migrating because she migrated to here from somewhere the previous year. She'd been there for 8 or 9 months, so perhaps she was migrating somewhere different as part of her life cycle. But I fed her, though. I fed her I gave her good food that she liked. I gave her cracked corn. How could she even want to leave? But then what if she wasn't being fed cracked corn when I was gone? I don't know. I can't even think about this anymore. Oh, Hope. I'll always remember her, though. Maybe she'll come back someday. Maybe I need to pray to God that he'll help Hope find her way back over here. Yeah, anyways, about the rescue attempt. Yeah, last night Megan and I, whoa, y'all scared me, bunny rabbits, y'all scared me so bad. Is the Wi-Fi okay? Somebody said internet issues back. I don't want to tell the whole story if it's lagging for y'all. Everybody hearing me, seeing me okay? Hey, Daffodili. Maybe she did go to find a mate. I hope. Oh, I hope it wasn't because I brought that Pidge over here and then she went looking for. No, she didn't. She didn't like Pidge anyways. That's not what it was. Okay, everybody says that the signal appears to be fine. So, yeah, let me just get into this. So, yeah, yesterday Megan and I were at Tractor Supply. And there's this dog that we've seen in the parking lot a few times at Tractor Supply over the past. We don't go all the time. We get a lot of feed when we go, so we don't got to go into town too often that far. But, just still, over the past few weeks and months, occasionally when we would be there, we would see this dog kind of in the parking lot. And it's not friendly or pettable or anything. And so we'll buy it food and we'll try to feed it. And we'll try to get it to come closer to us. But it just not quite there. It must just not like humans for whatever reason. And so yesterday we were there and we saw the same dog. It's a tan dog. It has heterochromia, which means it has 2 different colored eyes. It's really cute. It has one blue eye, one. What the heck, man? Sorry about that. I see that I'm buffering. Better now, we're back. Okay. Let me give everybody a second to get back in here and I'll continue in my story. Hello, friends. I'm back. Don't know why I lagged out for a second there. Back to my story though. Yeah, we're at Treasure Supply. We see this dog, the tan one with heterochromia, probably a homeless dog that we've seen for a while there. We try to feed it every time, or at least when we can, but it's not friendly, so it'll try to get the food, but it won't come close to us to let us pet him or anything. Yesterday we see him again, but this time he has a limp. He has a pretty strong limp on one of his legs, and I thought that he couldn't put any weight on it whatsoever, and so I was like, Lovey, this could be our rescue right here. Like, because Meg's been talking about how she wants another rescue, and I've kind of wanted another rescue too. I haven't exactly had dog in mind, but I've kind of just had anything. Honestly, I've had something that'll eat the grass a little bit faster in mind, but you know, I've been open to anything, and so we've been talking about it the past few days or so. Meg said she's been thinking about it in her dreams even and stuff like that, and so I was like, Lovey, this could be our rescue right here. There's a dog right there that's limping. It's in need. We could help it. And so Meg gets out of the car. There was this other couple, I think, that was there. They were trying to help the dog. They were trying to give the dog food, like little sausages that they had or something like that, little links. And all of a sudden, as soon as they start getting closer, the dog starts walking just fine on its four legs, starts running away, like trying to run behind cars and hide from them and stuff like that. And so, Love, it's better for you to tell a story because, to be honest, Meg was there longer than I was. We were running out of time. We had to get some stuff that we needed for the babies over here. And I could just tell from how unfriendly the dog was that it didn't want to be handled. It didn't want to be petted. It didn't want to come home. That's kind of one of those things like I was talking about earlier where they got to meet you halfway. Like Meg did with this sweet boy over here. She pushed his boundaries a little bit, but he eventually relented and kind of met her halfway. He eventually would let her pet him a little bit longer each time. He'd come a little bit closer. And then it became to the point where now he's lovable, where the job's complete. And so with that dog, Meg threw him food. She's tried to be patient with him before and stuff like that and kind of just sit back and let him come to her, but he hasn't. And so they even tried to walk a little bit to get down low, be like, hey, little dog, it's okay. It's be so sweet to him, so calm. But if you do all of that and the dog still's running away from you, then it's just not meeting you halfway. And it's sad. It sucks. I know she was so upset about it, but there's just nothing you can do if it isn't going to meet you halfway. Maybe it's just not meant to be. And I know it felt like it. She was like, Lovey, it just felt like it was meant to be. I've been thinking about rescues and stuff like that. It had a hurt leg. And I was like, yeah, Lovey, like really when I saw that the leg was hurt, I thought it was going to be our opportunity right there because we want to, you know, help animals that are in severe need, you know. But as soon as I saw it walking all fours, once it was a little bit afraid of the people trying to get near it, then I realized that it might have a little bit of a limp or a tiny bit of pain, but it is able-bodied at least. And it's just a hard situation. I don't know if I missed any details that you wanted me to share, Levy. Oh, it was more of a segue to looking for rescues. Oh, I see what you mean, Levy. Yeah, Meg's right. Yeah, along those lines, we've been trying to get another rescue. We don't want to, you know, go out and buy anything that already has a good home or, you know, I don't mind having a healthy animal, of course, is not what I mean. But, you know, like a lot of our babies have special rescue stories, and this is a sanctuary. We want to give animals a forever home that may not have a forever home right now. And so we've been trying to look online and see if there's any animals that need rehoming and stuff like that. Usually it's dogs and cats and whatnot, but dogs are so hard because, you know, they the threat they pose to the other animals around here. And I mean, cats, we'll take in however many cats we need because, you know, they're so easy and they're so good, but cats also can take care of themselves in the wild. I've occasionally seen like tiny, I don't even know if I've really seen many cats get ran over in my life. I've hardly ever seen cats killed by a predator. I've hardly ever seen a cat that got ran over by a car. And I just feel like cats are just so much more keen and they're so much better able to take care of themselves out in the wild. Even our indoor cats that have gotten out for a few days, they've thrived and been just fine outside. And so I know it's sad because dogs are not like that. Dogs are much more prone to being roadkill, and then they probably take care of themselves okay, like from predators and stuff like that. But I know it's sad, and dogs are known as man's best friend. And so it's a hard situation, but it's just you can't rescue all of them. They're so prevalent. There's so many dogs that get dumped and whatnot. I told Meg, I was kind of joking, but I think it's true. The only way we could really have like worldwide or at least nationwide reform is if we can get into the Senate or get into the White House. If I can become president or make him become president, then we can enact laws making it a lot harder for people to own a pet. They have to be licensed and they have to undergo not thorough evaluation at their home, but they have to get a license that requires very genuine and thorough answering of questions. And so, and people that illegally have these pets, they'll have severe legal consequences. And so that'd be the only way that I could think of to really significantly reduce the amount of animals that are put in bad situations. Because in reality right now, you can get an animal for free. You don't have to have any requirements, and you can do whatever you want to them without consequences, basically. And that is so sad. It's really heartbreaking for them. There's a lot of ideas that I have. It's kind of a different subject, but I've often thought about what it would be like if I was president. I have a lot of different things that I would do. I would have, I would punish drunk driving a lot more severely. I would make it a lot harder for people to get driver's licenses if I could. And it wouldn't be like impossible, but it would just, like, you'd have to be responsible. And people that drive illegally would have significant consequences if they get in an accident. And then I would significantly increase public transportation so people that may not have a vehicle can still get to work, have their job. They can still make money to provide for their family and stuff like that. Because a lot of people have a hard time getting back on their feet and getting work because they don't have a way to get to a job or whatever. And so I would try to, increase the amount of, at stadiums, they have people on bicycles, like kind of like a taxi thing almost, but they're on bicycles with like double seats in the back, and they'll, you pay them a little bit of money and they'll bike you wherever you need to go. And so I know my dad, Jamie, and I and Lex use that at the rodeo where he biked us to the stadium instead of us having to walk all the way. But no, people like that, maybe have a lot of those. Then you're employing people. They can make money as a bike deliverer. You know what I mean? I have a lot of good ideas. I got big brain ideas if I was ever president. But, I can't do it till I'm 35 anyways at the minimum. So I still got to wait over 10 years before I'd even be old enough. We'll see. If y'all want to know other ideas I'd have as president, y'all ask me. And I got ideas for days. I really do. Anyways, though, the whole point of this was nothing to do with that. The whole point of this was that, we're looking for more rescues. We're trying to figure out like where to find them and whatnot. We feel like we're at a point in our lives where everything is, just look around. Everything's peaceful. It's content. It's calm. We have a vacated pasture right here with no animals in it. Our pigs and our are doing good. But to be honest, there's room for more if there needed to be. I see a piggy in the pond right now. I think it's Pig Trudy drinking out of the pond. You got the animals are good in the other pastures over there. They're doing well, but they can always use more. We already know about our grass problem, and it's a blessing. It's like a problem almost, but the grass is growing so fast that it's growing faster than they can eat it down and maintain it. So another grass-eating animal wouldn't hurt. Guardian dog, Sadie's the best dog I've ever really been. Perfect. Unfortunately, we weren't really as in tune with the property as we are now back then. But now that we like really know what we're doing and we have like defined secure borders, Sadie would be perfect to just roam around our borders and protect and serve, But anyways, I have a business line. I don't even remember the phone number. I need to memorize that thing. But no, I have an email. It's Ellie Morrow, Morrow @ymail.com. You can direct message me on Facebook, Flip Flop Farmer. I have a personal Facebook, Ellie Morrow. I have Instagram, Ellie.Morrow. I got all kinds of, I don't use Snapchat really anymore. What else do I have? Discord, Ellie Morrow, #5618. I don't think I use anything else, but long story short, I got all kinds of stuff that I'm on. And so if you ever wanted to reach out to me, if y'all know anybody who has rescues, or if y'all ever like have an idea for a rescue where we could find one, or just have any questions or whatever, just reach out to me, just message me on any one of those things that I mentioned, and I'll have a look at it when I can. That's how Angel came. Actually, there was the farriers were out here working on the horses when they were still here, and I've become pretty good buds with the farrier and his family, and he was telling me that he had a friend over kind of far from where we live, so we would have never heard about it if it wasn't for him. But he told us that this lady has a sheep. It has a, you know, it was like attacked by a coyote as a baby. It's kind of tiny, like premature, has a crooked jaw or whatever, and it just would be a good rescue for the sanctuary. And so I was like, you know what, let me reach out to her. So he gave me her number. I went ahead and called, and then you know, that's how the whole thing went down. That's how we got our sweet Angel. So I couldn't imagine our life if we didn't have Angel with us, but we got him through word of mouth because our farrier told us about someone that he knew. So just friend of a friend, literally is what it was. So if there's anything likewise, if y'all know any way or anybody who has rescues or have any ideas, just let me know. Shoot me a message on one of those things. Shoot me or Meg a message. I think people like my politics. Like Jill said, a lady contacted your dad by letter recently about some goats a few hours away from where you live. I didn't see that comment. I'll have to, let me go back and try to find it. I don't think it shows me every comment because I don't see anybody named Lisa who typed anything. I'm sorry, Lisa, if you're there. I'm really sorry. Jill, like Jill said, sorry, why did I say Lisa? What am I? So, I'm sorry, Jill. I don't see your, I do see Jill. I don't see your comment though about just making sure everything's okay right there. Sorry. I don't know. Maybe send me a link to that if y'all know what they're talking about. I can't find it. I'm sorry. It would be good if you would be able to implement those wonderful ideas. Unfortunately, there is so much bureaucracy, you can't really... Puppy! Oh my goodness! There she is. Hi, Bubby. I don't know if she's waving back or not. Hi, Bubby. Bureaucracy. I forgot what that word means. Probably not good for someone who wants to go into politics, right? Doesn't know what bureaucracy means. I want to read the other. Start local politics first. Now that would be a good idea. Local politics could be fun. That'd be a good step. That's how everybody else starts. They start as, you know, local. They probably work their way up to, you know, senator or something. A lot of presidents were former senators, I believe. But I don't know though. I feel like there's been a lot of recent presidents that have had impact, like had significant impact on our country and stuff like that. Some positive, some negative, obviously. But hi, Levy. But I think that I don't think there's too much bureaucracy to where I couldn't make a difference if I was president. I don't think there is. You think there is? I do. I think it'd be really. We've had so many. I'm not going to pick sides, but we've had all our recent presidents have had positive and negative impact. I was going to say, don't just say positive because that's debatable. Well, but in general, though, like, I'm not even going to say like, oh, it's so negative because I'm not going to lie. I don't know a lot about politics, so I'm not going to speak and insert my opinion on stuff that I'm uninformed about. But I do know that there have been things that have. That duck. Okay. That's Adam or Steve. Yeah. There have been changes that are significant and stuff, whether it be good or bad, depending on whose opinion it is. But I think I can make changes, though. Remember as I tell you about what I would do if I was president? I was listening to the live on my way here. I've said it many times, though, that I would, with the animal thing and then with... really want another rescue. Like, I am, like, itching so badly. Not to just get another animal, because if I wanted another animal, I could very easily get another animal, you know? I want to rescue something so badly. And a dog is hard because you have to guarantee it. Oh, why are you zooming in on my pimple? I was like, look at your beautiful blue eyes, but sorry. That's so mean. No, I was trying to look at your pretty blue eyes. Just show them.
No,
Bubby,
I'm not looking great today.
You
I
look
had a rough day. Actually, it wasn't really that rough today, but.
You look the most beautiful when you have your natural face. Like this, Bubby.
Yeah, with this big old.
There's just a temporary blemish, but the eyes and your facial structure is permanent.
The thing is, though, like, so this person said just drive around and look for the rescues. Like, yeah, I agree. That'll work for the dogs in our area, but, like, I don't know how we're going to get a hold of a farm animal because, man, you know what? If we, like, got another bird rescue, that's when...
a few horses across the street and stuff, just walking around free roam.
No, not like...
Yeah, we'll just take one of those horses.
No,
I'm kidding.
I would love... I'm itching to save something, you know? And it could be a dog, but, like... What if the dogs kill the chickens or kill the ducks or, you know, like...
Yeah, that's why I said dogs are hard. It has to be a well-trusted dog that we kept on a tight leash.
And the thing is, like, I feel prepared. Like, I feel really prepared for it. We have the horse stalls open for quarantining. We have 3 right now. He's right. It's not great for goats to travel so far, but it depends on what kind of goats they are and how hot it was.
Unless it's necessary.
Well, I don't know how far.
You can always put some fans in there and give them some. You can always find a way to accommodate them on a longer ride.
Like how far?
It's not ideal. I agree. Wouldn't do it for kicks and giggles, but I'm the kind of never say never. If there's a will, there's a way.
Oh, it's far.
207 miles, 4 hours.
4 hours.
Wow. Joshua, Texas.
Dang, it's almost.
It depends. It depends how significant of a need they have for rehoming, I guess.
And that's hard too, because like right now there's a lot of rehoming going on, right? Rehoming, but with like rehoming fees, and I don't ever want to like say no to like rehoming fees, but like people are also itching for a story, you know? And
see, Bubby, Lori's right. You need to just let me zoom in a little bit more. She understands what I was trying to do.
Yeah, but I don't necessarily want to be zoomed in on right now. You know what I mean?
So you're saying that...
I don't want you to zoom in on me, is what I'm saying.
They say opposite day is what April 25th is National Opposite Day, which is today, so that means you do want me to. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, I know we all have blemishes, but like I don't want all my stuff zoomed in on right about now. You can zoom in on Daff.
Yeah. Hey Daffodilly, what are you doing? Kitty. She's going in.
What's she doing? Daff.
Cleaning herself. And giving herself a bath.
Hi, Gunpowder.
Hey, Gunpowder.
Okay, bye.
Hey, Gunpowder.
I saw your dad's video of the ducklings this morning.
Yeah.
I was shocked that she had that many too. I know they can lay up like to 10. My question is, like chickens will lay 1 a day, right? Like normal, like just for egg production. But like, how many days? Like, the chicks will all hatch around the same day, right? So are they laying like 5 to 6 eggs a day when they're like fertile eggs?
It's plausible.
Or are they laying them like, in her case, it would have been 16 days, but then we would have had, I don't understand the logic because it takes like 21 days for chickens and ducks to hatch. So do you see what I mean? You would have different birthdays, but like everybody's born around the same time. So what happens? Why aren't my chickens laying multiple a day then? They're fertile.
She probably...
I don't understand.
Maybe...
Because Penny laid like 7 or 8 eggs.
Maybe there's something the mom does to induce hatching a little bit sooner, a little bit later than the typical day. And so maybe if she senses that there's a few more that aren't quite ready yet, she'll do something. Oh.
But she's like, but that's the thing. Like one day I went out there and there were like 8, and then the next day you go out there and there's like 10.
Are we back? The timer's ticking again, so I guess we're good.
The timer keeps on ticking.
Can y'all hear me okay? It cut out again. I'm sorry.
I was gonna say it's a lovely day, but it looks like it's about to pour.
I wish I could have a dog. I can't afford one, so the best thing is not to get a dog. You said so. You can respect that, Mary, because that's better than trying to get a dog but realizing that it's not working out. So you have to put the dog in a non-ideal situation in the future.
That's respectable.
Yeah, it is respectable. I think it'd be awesome if you rescued a mini donkey. They're so cute.
I would love to. I would love to. Even other rescues. That's what I've seen the most that are currently like fostering animals right now, and they're like, you can adopt them, but hey, they're $500, and it's like, yes, the money to get an animal out of the fostering system is a problem, but like, it just doesn't feel very rescue. It feels rehome. What is happening? That one got so big.
You just live in the country, and it's just not always optimal.
Yeah, 500 sounds like.
The timer will start going when it's.
Why don't we walk to the?
Oh, there we go. The timer will keep on ticking when it starts working, Levy. Look, your Rhea Ripley hoodie. This is my brutality.
Oh, I am wearing my Rhea Ripley hoodie. It was cold this morning. Are you zooming in?
No, I was showing your beautiful blue eyes. That's all, I promise. I actually put it below so they can't see the blemish.
I got a water pump.
Did you?
Yeah.
That's so good, though.
The pool. Oh, and then look at these clay cutters I bought. I found them on Amazon. I can't just buy one thing on Amazon ever. And look at those. Aren't they so cute?
We can start doing clay again?
Yeah, I think so. We just need to clear off the table. You need to do those duck diapers for me before we do.
Oh, yeah. I was planning on making a video for that today. Can y'all hear me okay? Sorry, I cut out. Again. They lay one a day until she has a nest full, and then she will become broody and sit on them, and the hatching clock starts. So the hatching clock doesn't start until she starts laying
Sitting on them,
starts
but I
sitting
just
on them.
assumed she would. So does she just like leave the eggs? I know eggs can be laid and then like they can stay fertile for like a week without her sitting on them. So does she just like go away?
She probably just sits near them, I would imagine. Maybe some cows or horses need rescue. $500 sounds like selling.
Yeah, I mean, it's because they don't want somebody going, oh, $50 for a horse. Yeah, I can do that. In reality, that's doable, and then them not being just fit. You know what I mean? Like I can look up animals needing rescued, and
Someone said, I think it'd be awesome if you rescued a mini donkey. They're so cute.
I would love to.
The ladies.
Okay, I've thought about we can talk about the flea market, right?
I guess. I don't.
We can talk about it and see what they say about it.
Sure.
Okay, so there's a flea market near us that sells all kinds of animals. They sell sheep, they sell cows, they sell goats. The animals are never in the best condition, right? So if we bought from there, we would be buying, but I consider that a rescue because of the conditions they're kept in.
Yeah.
You remember good and well how rough it was, and so I would consider that a rescue even if we bought. But the prices are like, it is insane how cheap they are for these animals because they're just trying to make a quick buck. No shame, whatever. Everybody's entitled to do their own thing, whether it's right or wrong, or if I agree or disagree with it. But the animals are never in the best condition. And like, we were there looking for chickens, Polish chickens, and I remember we would pass a goat, we would pass sheep, and I'd be like, that is so cute. But then I'd look at it and I'd be like, that animal is so sick, it needs intervention right now, right? And so we talked about, like, if we did go there, one, would our viewers be okay with us going there and even getting something? Because I don't want to support that, but my heart goes out to the animals that are being sold there, and I feel like I could turn an animal around from there. But then if we did that, normally you want to quarantine for a couple days, but if the animal looks sick and came from the flea market, I'd say we would quarantine for like a month. And we have the ability to do that. That's the thing.
Just don't get a pigeon from there.
Yeah, just don't get a pigeon from there. He got scammed. But like, it's like they have all of that available. That's hard too, because like, I would never want to go and have to lie to you about the rescue story and be like, oh yeah, I found this on the side of the road, but really I bought it from the flea market. When I view the flea markets as rescuing or giving it a better home, because I mean, they are in bad shape. Like, it's not good.
Honestly, I don't think people care that much. I think that we have a group of people that love and care for us, and they'll support us whatever we do. And there might be certain things that are not ideal and whatnot, but I don't think that we're playing semantics here or politics. It's just kind of like, if something if something can have a better life with us, then we're rescuing it or we're giving it a better life. I don't think that it matters if we follow the exact protocol or quote unquote definition of an official rescue. Like,
I think it's just worth, to me, I care a lot about, like, our animals we have already, and we obviously don't want to get them sick, and that's why it would take some extreme quarantining, vet visits, like, all this stuff, you know? But I feel like it's worth talking about, because I don't, like, necessarily support, I don't, like, in good conscience support the idea of the flea market, because it is really brutal. Like, it's small pens.
well, I got a story to tell you regarding that I found out today. I can't say it on here because it's regarding someone's privacy, but just remind me to tell you when I'm done.
Okay.
It's personal for somebody. But
What are they saying?
Jake did that, and as far as the flea market,
Yeah, Jake did, and that's the thing. Like, Jake and them, they can give the animal a good home. You know, that's totally, I think isn't that where he got Littlefoot?
I believe so.
I don't know that, and that's totally fine. I have nothing against it. It's not like Jake is, like, I've talked to Jake, you know, about it. We've talked to him about it. That he'll even tell you that the conditions that the animals are in there are not the best. You know, I don't think he, like, supports it as like, yeah, I'm gonna go to the flea market and get this animal. I support the flea market, but it's kind of like, you know, that there are animals in need there, you know, and you can help them, and it's a sucky situation, but whether I support it or not, it's not going to go away, and I don't want to support and give money towards it, but I also, that's the only way that those animals are going to get a better home. Does that make sense? Like, am I crazy?
No, but not at all.
It's tough.
You're crazy cute, though. I'm sorry. I don't know what's wrong with me today.
You're not normally like this on camera. Like,
I don't know what's happening.
See, we're not very, like, PDA like that. I guess
I think it's because I'm tired, because I woke up early.
You didn't go to sleep until late.
Or maybe it's because something did about just your homie vibe today. Just
Me. Okay.
It's a hoodie.
I'm literally like this all the time. Just mute us and tell her.
It wouldn't offend me at all for y'all to rescue from that place. I admire you for it because they are going to keep selling them regardless. That's a good point too. I don't know. Maybe we take a trip over there and we figure it out, huh?
Just kind of scope it out.
Yeah, we make it over. Because I don't fully remember what happened. And all I remember is Pidge.
I remember. Yeah, you were so bent on that.
I was excited, then I was let down. That I kept him caged for 2 weeks, and he just flew away as soon as I let him out. People said that if I kept, they've kept pigeons there for a year or two, and occasionally they still fly away the second they get out. Like, they're homing pigeons. They're trying to go back where they live. So they probably just keep selling the same pigeon for $20 over and over and over again.
You know what I remember from it? I remember we had talked about a sheep that was there. Well, see, I'd rather you just tell them I'll take all the animals. I don't think you realize how big this flea market is and how many animals are there. There was literally...
Oh no, it's hundreds.
There was literally... This was just one guy selling. He had a huge trailer, like the size of your dad's trailer. It wasn't as good and high quality of a trailer, I'll put it that way. You know, very rusty, all those things, just not well kept. He probably had like 20 miniature, I think...
Just to make sure that we know. Maybe after we thought. Is it? There's like 3 flea markets next to each other.
Yeah, they would just need to, like, that's what I'm saying is you just let it roll for a second. Just give it a minute to... Or maybe get up to move.
All right, come on, YouTube.
There it is.
That's the place where Jake got his goats and 2 of them died. Yeah, somebody had said that.
They would need like some serious vet intervention, like screening and stuff.
Yeah, I couldn't fathom if they got one of our babies sick.
It would be a very like cautious thing, and it's not something like we're gonna go like tomorrow. Like let's say the flea market's open on the weekend, we're not gonna go on Saturday and bring home an animal on Saturday. It would probably be like one weekend we go out there and just kind of field everything again, and then
Yeah.
you know. Hi, Black Diamond.
Do you know who that is?
Black Diamond knows makeup.
Oh,
Love it.
Hi, Black Diamond. Hello.
Love it.
Is it sad that you've been so excited to talk about animals, but I've been just dying to talk about what I would do if I was president this whole time?
Nobody wants. I love you, but people don't want to hear about politics. They already have to hear about it.
No,
so much.
not about real life politics, but about.
Well, I know, but because the
politics is what I would call it.
But that's the thing is,
it's a whole new brand, a whole new agenda, changing the world.
But it's still like politics because it's still you talking about what you would do, and then there's people thinking, well, this is what I would do, but then there's like the reality of the situation is how much can you really do?
The reality of it, well, I think that
if you were in a dictatorship, you could. It went through the Senate, go to the president's desk. Like there are processes, and if you don't get majority votes, like you're not gonna pass your stuff, you know. Like I think it's a lot harder than you think it is. You're also, how are you gonna get into office? Because you're not like a lawyer or a politician. You don't have like the base.
I have to work my way up, and I would also have to. I have to try to find a way to maybe this would be a scheme. It wouldn't just be about me getting president.
Did you just say it'd have to be a scheme?
Yeah, not like. That's not bad. Not like a plan or a tactic. A scheme isn't always something corrupt.
Is like like almost
it's
a
not corrupt.
Connotation.
I would have to plan to like get some of my buds or people who have the same policy views as me, try to get them into office as senator or as a congressman or something like that.
How are you even going to get yourself up to the main ballot?
I'll just have to put in that work. I'll have to start in local politics. I'll have to turn around Plum Grove, and then I'll turn around Houston,
and then
I'll turn around
then
Texas.
We have to move to Washington. Like, no.
The babies can come with us.
No, I'm not moving to Washington or whatever.
Okay.
New Pennsylvania, not Washington.
Why not, Lovey?
Because I like Texas. My family's, and you know what? We have an idea of where we're gonna be in 5 years. How, okay, by the time you could run for president, ideally we should have at least a 5-year-old by then. You're gonna uproot our little ideal farm baby and make them go to Pennsylvania?
We could have a farm at the White House.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, what was it? William Howard Taft had a big old bathtub installed in there, so like we could have and then other presidents had other things installed in there, other traditions built, so no reason I couldn't install a farm in there for.
I like Texas.
Bobby, don't make me pick.
Don't make you pick between me and the presidency?
No. Don't make us pick between Texas and Washington. Let's just make it a effortless transition.
I love you, but you're not picking between Texas and Washington. You're picking between Texas and Pennsylvania.
Oh, same thing. DC.
Do you know what DC stands for?
Do you?
Yeah.
Let's say the same. I know what it is too.
Do you?
Yeah. All right. On 3, 1, 2, 3. District of Columbia. Yeah.
I didn't think you really knew it. I thought you were gonna try to go off of what I was saying.
Domino crackers. No, I'm kidding. You apparently be walking with one foot in the spirit world to become president. I don't know what that means exactly, but.
Do I want more baby kittens? No. We don't need more cats. Outside cats are always good.
Yeah, but if I can get my buds and stuff like that in the White House too, then it should be effortless. There won't be any gridlock or anything. 'Cause I know that it's not just. I know it's not just the president says something and then that's how it goes. Obviously not. I know that there's a long process. That's what the checks and balances are for.
I love you, but rose-colored glasses right about now.
And who could possibly have an aversion to the pet policies? Like who out there would want to support?
Literally anybody who does not want to go through with the process of...
What reason could you have for not wanting pets to have a better life and for pets to be protected more. Isn't that what everybody wants? And then people would hate
Okay,
the car thing.
No, okay,
but
here's the thing. People love to talk, okay? And we're probably no better about this than anybody else, but people love to talk and be like, I want to end the pet problem. I wish people could drive better. But if it came to it and I'm like, all right, let's have a protest to end pets or whatever or anything, or hey, donate to the cause, whatever it might be, it's like people want to chat and complain about it, but when it comes to action, it doesn't follow through. And I'm no better than that. I always talk about ending the puppy mills, but what am I doing towards ending puppy mills? You know, you go, girl. Woo, Trudy. Right? But it's kind of, why is you're collecting things?
What do you mean?
You're like collecting things in your hair.
No.
And so I don't mean to like call anybody out like of you're talking but no, you're all bark but no bite, right? But I feel like that's the reality of it though, is people also talk about politics. Like I have the opinion of, if you're not no vote, no opinion. If you're not voting, you don't talk about politics, you know, especially in public.
I also don't want to have unattainable goals. So I'm not gonna claim to end world hunger, or I can't claim to, you know, end homelessness and everything like that, because I know that that's impossible. I know I won't be able to do that, but I do feel like I could. Like, what is attainable is to reduce negative statistics, reduce fatalities from, you know, drunk drivers and stuff like that. I can reduce the amount of animals that are neglected or abused or anything like that. I feel like those are totally attainable goals. You're probably right. Maybe start with it locally first, see if it works, and then work my way up. Then that would be good though, because if I can locally get it, if I can prove to make an impact in my local community, then I have evidence that it succeeded before, and then maybe they'll take me seriously, saying that, hey, if he did it for Plum Grove, or if he did it for Houston, then maybe he can do it for the entire nation.
You don't.
I see.
You don't
I get
want to be the president, realistically, though.
I don't want to stress a lot, but yeah, being president is extremely stressful. You see the pictures of before and after, and they look like they've aged 20 or 30 years just in 4 to 8 years of being in office. I would rather not have that. I would rather not have sleepless nights. I wonder if it's possible. Einstein slept like 10 to 12 hours a day. I know he didn't have that much responsibility, but he's surely, if you're good with your time and you're intelligent, surely you can get a lot done in a 14-hour day, so you have plenty of time to sleep and relax. Everyone hates on the president. I know everyone didn't hate on me here, but I deal with enough negative comments to where I think I can probably handle some criticism or whatever. This world will be over by the time you ever get into the White House. God is on his throne, and he will be coming for his bride soon. That's the Revelation stuff is it's hard to.
See, this is where I dip, because
it
stresses me out.
Yeah, no, it stresses Megan out. Yeah, it's I don't know, it's hard to interpret or fully comprehend for me, because I can see both sides of the argument about how they've been saying it for the last 2,000 years, how Paul thought that the rapture, or that Christ was going to come back during his lifetime, and then in his text you can kind of see how he realized that it may not actually be in my lifetime like I thought. But then I can also see the argument about how, you know, like there's different things happening in the last 50 to 100 years that are really different than throughout history, and it does kind of seem similar to Revelation. There's so many different interpretations. There's you know, the post-tribulation, pre-tribulation, and stuff like that. And so I feel like I've studied it pretty heavily and pretty in depth, and it's just, I don't know, it's hard to have a definitive answer on that, on what I think of whether, you know, the end times are right now or not, or our lifetime or not. Because I met a lot of people that do think it is, and I met others that are kind of like, you know, skeptical about it. I don't know. But either way, of course, above all, I want my loved ones to be saved and be ready, whether it's now or whether it's in 10,000 years or whether 100 years or whatever. How is Gunpowder? She's one of my favorite original cats you have. Where is Gunpowder? There she is. Gunpowder, hey kitty kitty. Come on, kitty kitty kitty. Kitty kitty kitty. Come on, little kitty cat. Come Come on, Gunpowder. They want to see you. It's okay to know about it. I'm guessing it's okay. I guess she means it's okay to not know about it. Oh, my goodness. Trusting God and stand in awe and have a great deal of love for God and people.
Got an older kitten.
This little kitty cat is so sweet. I've been working on taming him, Bubby.
Yeah, I still had to catch this one. It wasn't easy. You say it wasn't easy. So was Daffy mean to you? Oh, ready? Come here.
Putting her back.
Oh, you're gunpowder. Come here.
Uh-oh.
Okay, I'll bring it in.
It's an adorable little kitty cat. No, I get what you mean, Lori. Ellie, I hope the times don't upset Megan. I pray she gets better over that. Well, it's kind of a scary concept for anybody. I know that in Revelation there's a lot of scary stuff. Even Jesus saying, woe to people who are, in labor this time, for their life will be incredibly difficult, and the volcanoes and the earthquakes and all that kind of stuff. And so there's a lot of scary stuff in Revelation, a lot of worldly stuff. And for me, I'm not scared of volcanoes or obviously I would rather not have earthquakes and volcanoes or have floods and have to deal with like real life stuff. But I guess I think more about him and all that, but kind of like, the whole salvation thing, like what truly saves someone, that's a hard one for me. And I know it might seem easy. It's just kind of about, you accept Jesus as your Lord and Savior with all your heart, like me and Meg have done. We should be fine. There's nothing to worry about. And so I want to be able to just relax and live in peace with that. But I guess it's kind of hard sometimes because, there's so many different denominations out there, and they all have taught me so many different things when I've been to their churches and when I've kind of, studied the different things. You got like, Catholicism and Orthodoxy. That's kind of a branch of Christianity. They believe in Jesus, but there's a lot of like rituals involved, like that are necessary for salvation, like praying the rosary, attending mass, and different things. Bennett's taught me a lot about Catholicism because he's Catholic. You got like Jehovah's Witness and Mormon, which is kind of another little subsection that I've studied. Hey, Chia. And they're pretty big on, the witnessing house to house and stuff like that. And they have a little bit of different beliefs than mainstream Protestantism. And then, what are you doing, baby? You just walking around? Hey, little birdie. And then the one that, one of your birds is out. And then the little umbrella or subsection that I kind of find myself studying the most is kind of like, Baptist versus Pentecostal, kind of like modern Protestantism. And so, I don't know, I guess my family kind of falls more in the Baptist line of thinking. This is like totally stereotyping. I'm sorry, I keep getting interrupted. I think I had people over. Bye. They're leaving. Okay. Let me sit down. I'm sorry. My family's kind of in the Baptist line of thinking where, some people believe once saved, always saved. Some people may not believe that. But in general, if you accept Jesus as your Lord and Savior and love Him with all your heart, then there's no reason to be afraid and no reason to not be saved. And so you can live in peace like that. And then they preach about sin a lot, but kind of when they preach about sin is wrong and you shouldn't do it. But it's kind of like you don't want to do it because God has saved you from sin and you want to honor God. I'm sorry I'm losing some of you with this, but I do want to talk about it because I have thought about it, and I think that it would be good for some people that might 2 hours, and I'll talk about them a little longer afterwards, but I do want to talk about this briefly. So it's up to you. But yeah, there's so many different denominations, and Baptists kind of talk about sin and talk about how, we don't want to sin, not because we'll go to hell if we sin, because we believe in Jesus, we're saved from sin, but you don't want to sin because it's dishonorable to God, and you want to honor God with your life. So you need to try not to sin. And so I call it the Baptist way. I'm really like the Baptist way of living. I'm really stereotyping. So I know there's some of you out there that probably are Baptists and go to a Baptist church and they're like, that's not exactly what we believe. That's not exactly what we say. These are just very general stereotypes. And so it's, to me, it's a peaceful way of living because I can be free to live my life. I know that I'm saved and like God is good. The grass is green. The sky is blue. And I'm not out there trying to sin. I apologize and pray for forgiveness. And I know that Jesus has forgiven me already. He knew all my sins before the dawn of time. And so that to me is what I call the Baptist way. And so to me, it's really peaceful. It's a really comforting way to live. I don't got to worry about revelation or any negative things that are happening because Jesus will have me in heaven someday with him and my loved ones. And so, Bubby, you might want to, are you following me around? Oh, sorry. I was talking about something serious. I don't know if you want to be, yeah, I don't know if you wanted to be present for it, but I did want to talk about it because I want to hear what the people that are still here have to say about it. And so that way is peaceful, but then what I feel conflicted with is what I call the Pentecostal way. And now I just want to preface this by saying that I have friends that are Pentecostal. They've been really good to me. I went to a Pentecostal church for a long time. I love them. They are so good. They're so kind. They're wonderful people. They've been great and supportive. They pray for me. I've witnessed amazing things, and my spirituality has grown a lot when I've been around my Pentecostal friends and brothers and sisters in Christ. But I guess the Pentecostal way is it's really hard for me because they preach the salvation method is a little bit different. To me, it's more complicated than it's buffering, sorry. I'll make an actual video about this. If people are saying it's buffering, let me give it a second. Hold on. Let me sit down real quick. Oh, sorry. Can y'all hear me okay now? It's cutting out a little bit. I'm gonna wait till they can hear me. Boy, you get on talking about God and the devil works his way in with the buffering on YouTube. Maybe so. Yeah, I don't want to shove it down anybody's throat or anything like that. I know that isn't helpful for a lot of people, but this is for me because I've been thinking about it. I've been thinking about sharing it on a video because I do have an audience of a lot of people that know stuff and care, and so I don't want to make the whole video about that. But I did want to share my thoughts. It's for me. I do want to see what y'all think. I'm waiting for it to stop buffering. I know that I've had buffering problems during the live. Everyone can hear me okay? Okay. Last thing I heard you say was my family is of the Baptist type. Yeah, so yeah, we live in Texas. There's a lot of Southern Baptists around here, and those stereotypes that I had is kind of what I call it the Baptist way, and it's very peaceful and it's very comfort. People are saying it's cutting out. I feel bad that it's cutting out for people. I wonder if it'd be better for me to just make a video, like just a regular video talking about this, not a live or anything like that. Y'all think I should do that, or do you think I should? Other people are saying they can hear me fine though, so I'm confused. It's fine for me. I'm just going to talk about it briefly and then I'll move on, and then maybe I'll make a video about it at a different time. But basically, to keep it brief, my Pentecostal friends and family are they're wonderful to me. They're wonderful people, but the doctrine is just really hard to accept. And I think the hardest part is that it differs so much from the Baptist way. I feel like in the Pentecostal belief, they believe that if you accept Jesus as your Lord and Savior, that's the beginning of salvation, but you need to be baptized with the Holy Ghost, which is only evidenced by you speaking in tongues. And so if you haven't spoken in tongues, then you're not saved. And then they also believe that, like, if you willfully sin during your life, then you've kind of forfeited your salvation. You have to live perfectly. And so I'm stereotyping a lot. Not everybody who's Pentecostal probably believes that, and they're great, and I love them and stuff like that. But it's hard for me because that belief system differs so drastically from being a Baptist and growing up, and just from hearing different things and whatnot. And so it's kind of hard to know like where the true answer is. And so they say, pray about it to God, read your Bible and seek the answers. And so when I pray about it, when I read the Bible, I feel like I can see evidence both ways. I can kind of see evidence of, a Baptist saying John 3:16, that for God so loved the world, he gave his only begotten son so that whoever believes in him shall have everlasting life. But then I can also see what a Pentecostal would say about like 1 Corinthians 6:19, neither fornicators nor idolaters shall enter the kingdom of heaven and stuff like that. And so I don't know. It's just kind of it's a challenge for me because it's people that love and care, but it differs so much. Maybe you're right. Maybe the devil doesn't want me to talk about this, Matt, because you keep talking about how it's buffered and stuff like that. I think I'll make a video about this, like a full video, a different time, and then maybe there'll be no reason for lag or anything like that. I'll probably prefer that, huh? Hey, Chia Pet, you a good little doggy. Now watch. Now as soon as I stop talking about it, I bet you it's going to stop buffering. Y'all hear me okay? I just wonder how many people actually heard all of what I said. I had to stop and start so many times because they said it was buffered and stuff, so I don't know. I've gotten better at not letting it go and letting it stress me out and stuff like that. But I heard most of it. That's good. That's good. You should do one with Gigi about this topic. That's a good idea. That is a good. I will email you on this. I have been through those decisions. Yeah. That's another thing too, is that I received an email from a lady recently, and she had talked about how she's like worried about me living in sin and different things and stuff like that. And so I guess it was confusing because according to, these are stereotypes, I gotta just preface it every time so nobody takes offense, but like according to the way that the Baptist way, as I would call the devout Christian Baptist men that I've seen and stuff like that, if like there's a sin that I'm struggling with, then God wants me to get through it, but he's supporting me and he's trying to help me get past it. And so that's peaceful and that's comforting to me. But some of my Pentecostal brothers and sisters would say that, like, Ellie, if you're living in sin, you need to get out of it immediately or else you're going to hell. You might accept Jesus as your Lord and Savior and you might have been saved, but if you're still willfully sinning, you're not saved anymore. You're doomed to hell, as if you were an unbeliever. And so I know not everybody in that denomination believes that, but that's what makes it hard when I get emails like that and whenever I hear different things, because they both with all of their heart believe that they're saved, but it's so different. Does that make sense? How they can be so certain and they can have biblical evidence to back them up, but it's so different. And I'm just kind of like here in the middle, like Lord, what do I do? Which way do I go? Like, what do you want me to do with my life? And so I'm kind of just at the point right now where I'm trying to do what is kind of the most peaceful and the most comforting for me, which is the Baptist way. And then if God wills for me to go down a different path, or if he wants me to go a different direction, then I pray that he'll show me and that I'll be able to hear him, sort of a thing. That makes sense. It's a very complex thing. I could go into this a lot more, but that was basically just the brief sum it up version of it. That was just a way to simply summarize it all. And so I think I explained it pretty decently. especially for not having composed my thoughts on it prior. But yeah, y'all let me know what y'all think. Y'all send me an email. Y'all I'm glad that it makes perfect sense, the dilemma, because it is a dilemma. It really is, and it could almost be like a good problem, because either way you're trying to be after God's heart, and we're trying to seek more Jesus, and so it's a good thing, but it can be scary. It can be challenging. That's why I wanted to. Yeah, I came in and out, and the sound is good. That's good. Yeah, maybe it required a little bit of buffering, a little bit of log it in, log it out, or you know what I mean. Volume keeps going in and out. Got to get my daughter ready for school tomorrow. Have a good night. Good night, Sherry. I hope you have some good rest. God bless you, and we will catch you next time. It's what a lot of people say. They're talking about religion is organized, faith, spirituality is relationship. And so there's this guy, Rod Parsley, I believe is his name, and then kind of like along the Billy Graham line of things. I kind of like their philosophy too. Their philosophy is that, like, like denominations are man-made. Rod Parsley had a big old thing back in the 80s and 90s where he wanted everybody there to receive the Holy Ghost. And he's like, it don't matter if you're Catholic, Baptist, Pentecostal, Jehovah's Witness, whatever, just come in and receive the Spirit of the Lord. And so he basically was just saying, like, just build your relationship with God. Just forget the denominations or man-made labels. And so I try to sit there and think to myself, like, perhaps a little bit of all those kinds will be in heaven. So maybe I shouldn't focus so much on that, on which side is right. I know it's tempting to be. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry if it's cutting out for y'all. I'll make another video about it at some point. It's tempting for me to want to lean to a certain way because, it's so different on each side. But maybe I shouldn't worry so much about that, about the specific label, or about trying to follow the doctrine perfectly. Maybe I should just focus on being personable with the Lord, and just leave it at that. That's probably. I think that's kind of what the general theme I'm getting here is, and that probably is the best thing I can do. I think that's probably right. Rod Parsley and Billy Graham. Yeah, those are two that are kind of. They're very generalized. They don't fall under a specific. They probably have a denomination they technically identify as, but they do seem very general. That's why I like listening to them. They don't seem very specified, I guess. It amazes me how you talk about God and so many people leave. That's sad, because if a person is a true friend of a live streamer, then they aren't a true friend. Well, I know it makes some people uncomfortable, and so I never want to shove it down anybody's throats. I'm not gonna, be the kind to, like, run up to people in public and, like, pin them down and say, like, you need to repent and accept Jesus as your Lord and Savior and different things and stuff like that. Because I know that I can hurt my own cause that way by kind of turning people off to it. I'd rather just be genuine and be authentic and just kind of, just be me and just be happy and exude a light. And that's kind of one thing that helped me make my decision, is that I've tried to live under pretty much every certain way in my life. And trying to, live as this denomination, live as that denomination, left me with a lot of stress. And I just seemed kind of unhappy. And even some of you that were here 2 or 3 years ago probably could see it in me. I don't know if y'all remember, but back in 2020, that's when I first started making videos about this. And you could probably see that I was very stressed and uncomfortable talking about God. Not that I was embarrassed, but I was upset, and I was, like, frustrated. And you could see the crow's feet under my eyes. I was just so stressed about it and whatnot. And so I feel like I've grown a lot from there. And so now I can talk about it confidently, and I can be more sure of myself, but I can also be open about, like, that I do have a question about this, and I don't quite understand it, and it is kind of challenging, and it is a little bit scary sometimes. And so that's why I wanted to know what y'all think. But I can go through but I'm grateful to God that I can talk about it, and that I can be confident that He has me as a part of His plan, me, Meg, and our loved ones, that I can go about my day, do whatever I want to do with my animals. I'm free to go get food, free to go to the store, free to do whatever. I've come a long way ever since 2020, 3 years ago. Some of you here probably remember those days. I do have videos like that from back then. People just can't handle some topics, especially if it challenges their line of thinking. I get that. I mean, I like being open about just whatever. Think about what we've talked about. We've talked about peeing outside in this live. We've talked about bunny rabbits, about pigs. Y'all saw Pig Trudy try to bite my hand off. Hopefully not really. The goats, about Ziggy Bird. You got to see Meg's pretty face. You got to see her talking about animal rescues, how we want one. I've talked about, all kinds of different things. So this is just one of many, many topics that we've discussed today. So if this is one of the topics that a lot of people either can't handle or don't want to talk about, then I'm not going to force them to stay or anything like that. There'll be 1,000 more conversations about animals, about whatever else in the future, They are very supportive though, and I hate that. I really do. Just imagine yourself on an island with church and only a Bible. Basically, it's like sin is the hard part because if I was reading it, I don't know. I feel like I could have so many. I don't want to say it contradicts sometimes whenever I read it, but there's things that do just kind of seem different than other parts of the scripture, and so I do have a hard time with that. It's almost like sin is really the hard topic for me because I can't understand if after you're saved, if sin is just something that you shouldn't do. Because the ironic thing is that if some people say that Baptists have what they call hyper grace, that that because they're saved through their faith, that they think they have a license to sin. And so I wouldn't look at it quite that way. It almost feels like it's easier for me to break the chains of sin if I know that God has my back and he'll help me through it, and that it's okay if it doesn't happen right away. Like the positive reinforcement works better for me. But then in other denominations, they need like negative reinforcement, like you stop or else you're not saved anymore. You continue in this sin, you're going to hell unless you repent of it. And so I find myself, ironically, I feel like I live a more sinful life, and I live so much unhappier whenever I try to work on it through the negative reinforcement. That's no criticism at anybody. There's probably a lot of people out there that do better from the negative criticism. I have friends and family that they like that rude awakening, that gunshot warning, like you need to get in line right now and get it right and stuff. There's my grandma. Hey, Wella.
Hi, Papi.
Are you leaving?
Yes, Papi.
Okay, I appreciate it. Thank you.
You're welcome, Papi.
Is that trash right there?
Yes.
Okay, I'm on a live stream right now, but here, I'll give you a hug. No, it's okay. It's not a big deal.
I
Okay,
love you.
thank you. I love you too. I appreciate it.
You're very welcome, Papi.
All right, bye. Y'all drive safe. Okay.
Oh, I want to show you something.
What?
In your closet, as a container,
Uh-huh.
there's only blankets. Clean blankets, okay?
Okay. It's in the closet.
In the closet.
I appreciate it. Thank you. They came and just helped us clean up a little bit there. I really appreciate it because we have a lot to do outside and inside, and so it's nice to always have a little bit of extra help. My grandma and her friend, I appreciate it. Most know you're very spiritual, so it's only natural for you to talk about it once in a while. And I personally think it's great because so many of the younger generations have turned away from God. Yeah, I do enjoy talking about it. Obviously I'm not going to shove it down anybody's throat or anything like that, but I do feel like God gave me a gift to be pretty well spoken and to be kind of, I feel like I can, because I like sports and because I like video games, I like a lot of stuff where there's like what kids are into, stuff like that. I feel like I can connect with them in ways that a pastor or an adult may not be able to. And so I enjoy talking about it when the opportunity presents itself. I feel like what I just talked about right now could be something that many people have felt but may not have been able to open up about. Maybe they don't feel like they're allowed to say that, they're allowed to question their church authority or whatever and different things. But I don't really belong to a church, so I feel like I can kind of say it freely that this is kind of why, because this church is adamant about this, but this one's adamant about that, but yet they're both so sure that they're right. And so it's me in the middle. And they both have, both sides have pretty compelling evidence, to be honest. I can see both sides of the argument from the Bible, so it's not entirely clear to me. But no, I'm glad to be able to share that. After you're saved, you have a personal relationship with Jesus, but that doesn't make you perfect. You still will sin, but you can ask for forgiveness and it will be given. That's kind of that's a very, and I hate using the stereotypes because there's probably Baptist people that don't believe at all what I was saying, and there's probably Pentecostals also that don't believe at all what I said about like the Pentecostal way. Those are the common stereotypes from the different videos I've seen on YouTube and stuff like that, from the things that I've read from the churches that I've attended. It is a very common theme, and I was generalizing. Ellie, I'm trying to send 4 boxes to I'm a Survivor. What is the house number, please? I've got to make sure they go to the right address. Why don't you, I don't like publicly putting it out there all the time. Why don't you send me a personal message, Jill, and then after this live, I'll send it to you. I'm fine direct messaging it, but I don't want to, be putting our mailing address out there excessively. I'm Catholic, Ellie. Yeah, I didn't know you were Catholic, Teresa. That's cool. That's what I mean. There's some similarities. Like that's kind of what I meant is that not everybody is like one like universal. They conform to this way because what you said was kind of like when you said it, it reminded me of a very Baptist thing. But you're a Catholic, so you probably are a Catholic with like little sprinkles of like what I've seen in Baptist churches and stuff like that. How's Gus? Gus? Oh, Gus. He's doing good. Where is old Gus? Yeah, he had that little wound on his head yesterday, but I've treated him and it's like all gone. Bubby, you know what's so crazy? Is that I had a wound and it went away in one day. I didn't even. Huh? Liquid gold? It ain't gunpowder. It is liquid gold. Yeah. He got when he got out. I guess he got into something, and then
He fights with Hero. So he doesn't like.
Literally in less than 24 hours, it was gone. I guess just after one sleep, that liquid stuff healed it. Let me go. I'm gonna go find Gus. So I'm gonna show y'all. I'm gonna show y'all just exactly how good that wound healed. So this wasn't some gashed open flesh wound or anything outrageous, but this was something that when I saw him, it was a little bit bloody where his pulled horn is at. Hey, Dill, you back in the feed room, you little goofball? Bah! Feed time. Gus, we're trying to watch you, buddy. Whoa, okay. Sorry. That message is so insulting. That little refreshing. No, I'm kidding. It's not. It's a joke. People, I guess they have that as an emoji now or whatever. People are sending that thing that shows little buffering lines. Like Marie sent 3 of them in a message. That's silly. But did y'all see Gus? I tried to get as good of a glimpse as I could of it. But if y'all were able to see it, then you should have been able to see that there's like no even remnant of injury or wound whatsoever. No, I know, Marie. I know you're joking. I know. Uh-oh. You fighting? Whoa, look at that little flip. Whoa. And they're gone. They're gone, Dilly. They're gone, Dilly. I think the comments are delayed because Did anybody get to see his horns before it cut out, or did it cut out before that? No, Marie, it wasn't an insult. I was just joking. It was just a joke. I promise. I'm waiting for someone to say yes or no. I'm sure someone's already said it, but I'm sure it's not showing it. Did y'all get to see Gus's horns, or should I try to go back over there with the Wi-Fi off? Because it was buffering with the Wi-Fi off, so I turned it back on. Cut out before that. Dang, so y'all did not get to see his horns? Frick. Okay, I'm going to go back. Some people saw it, others didn't. I'm convinced it has to be the Wi-Fi, or it has to be a people's service provider. Because when I was talking about the hardest part of Christianity for me, some people couldn't hear any of it, and some people heard the entire thing. And so I'm totally convinced that certain people's Verizon or T-Mobile or whatever can handle it, but then other people's AT&T or Sprint or different things can't. It's got to be what it is. Maybe vice versa. That's got to be what it is. I don't know. All right. Y'all seeing me okay? All right. Can y'all see me okay? Bah! Bah! I have Verizon too. Yeah, Verizon's the way to go. They're my favorite. Bah! Everybody seeing okay? I'm over here. I'm trying to show y'all Gus's horns. I made a video a few days ago. You might go check it out if you want to see. But here's his horns now. Gus, sit right here, buddy, please. All right, right here. Gus, please just tilt your head down, buddy. Quit moving. He's using them just fine. Hero, baby, are you demanding attention? Bang. Good. I'm glad y'all saw it. But yeah, as you can see, there isn't even... Oh, here we go. This is perfect almost. Dang it. Gus, just quit licking up like that. I'm going to pet him right here. Get y'all a good glimpse of the horns. Oh, yeah, y'all see it real good now. Right, Gus? Gus, I see it so good. Uh-oh. There's a hurt guinea over here. There's no telling what caused the wound. He fights with Hero. He headbutts fences and stuff. He probably scratched it on one of the poles or whatever. But the point is, that was like one day. I sprayed this stuff on it, and then one day later, it's just like it is now. You see, not even a glimmer of a wound or blood or anything. Just, it's the most amazing spray ever. It is a hurt guinea. Yeah, I do. Yeah, I can feed him. Let me show y'all what the spray is, just in case. I'm gonna get the net, but I'm just gonna show him the spray real quick. Liquid gold. Oh, he is a character and does that so much. Bah! This is it right here. This is next level. There's no picture of a goat on it. It's only a dog, a cat, a bunny, and a parrot or something.
They have another one that's like for equine.
Oh my goodness, dude!
He can't get out of that. Why would you do that? Your belly's too big. Why would you do that?
Buddy.
Come on, you have to go back through. Ziggy.
Hey, Ziggy. Hey, Ziggy, birdie.
Go back through. No, I'm not cutting this. Lulu!
Huh?
Lulu!
Stop, Lulu. She got him through. She was trying to help. Lulu headbutted him through. Did Lulu help you through?
So angry have the mental capacity right about now. Who are you? You don't come here.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm about to wrap this live up. I've been on here for 2.5 hours. Can y'all believe that? That is an extremely long time. I'm gonna probably feed up these babies. They're crying for it, as you can see. I'm gonna spend time with my beautiful fiance. We're gonna have a good evening. But I appreciate y'all tuning in. I had a good time on this live, and I love you guys. And we are always here for y'all. The same way I know y'all are always here for us. I hope you all have an incredibly blessed rest of your day. And as I always say, your boy Ellie out. You want to say bye, Levy? Bye, friends.
Bye, friends. Where did that game go?